Welcome back, everybody, to our campaign in Virlinia 2. This is session number 8. So, last time, the croutons fought off the hag of Mlashtina Swamp, named the putrid Teresa Snail Tickler, and rescued from her hut our hero halfling Milo Goldfoot's younger sister, Haley, who was hopped up on the Virlinian drug known as Kythe, and was ushered to safety with Milo's brother-in-law, Rishi Spiritheart. Now, the team has reconvened in the swampy village tavern, Sodden Coffer, on Montag, the 23rd of the month, where as you all kind of got out of bed and walked downstairs, you notice no one's staffing the bar for breakfast. It's totally silent and totally empty in this pub. It's sunny out, but nobody's here. And all of you can eye a scroll sitting on the main table in the dining area with a rock on top of it. And from where you're standing, it looks like it was hastily written.
Go up and read the scroll.
Yeah, Milo, the scroll is in a familiar handwriting. It's clearly from Rishi. It says, couldn't sleep all night, but glad Haley is safe. Left before dawn to return her to Stonyton. Brother-in-law and friend, the entire Goldfoot clan thanks you. And it's signed RS at the bottom. It's Rishi's initials.
Well, I guess they took off already. There goes that. I don't know if Rishi can handle her alone. That guy is kind of blows around in the wind, I feel like. So I don't know if you guys want to run after him or if you want to stay here and maybe help this town out a bit. I don't know. Either way, I'm just glad she's safe, so.
I think it's up to you, Milo. If you don't trust her with Rishi's, then I would be very ready to run after them.
I agree. I want to keep her safe, and I don't really trust Rishi either. I feel like he should tell us before he leaves, if anything.
Yeah, that's a little alarming to me, Just like took off with my sister and...
In the middle of the night?
Yeah.
No one travels during the night time to start off with. Why would you do that?
Especially through that forest that we came through. That was very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know why he'd go to the Killkyeen by himself. That's just out of character for him. I'm happy to follow him and make sure she gets home safe. But...
All right. Can I just rummage through the back of the bar and grab some apples and stuff and be like, all right, let's go.
All right.
Cool. Make your way out of the pub to its exterior, and you see that lots of people are actually farming their onions, and they're singing a song about D-Day, D-Day. You do see your contact, Rana, farmer, in the distance, kind of swaying as she's hoeing her garden plot and plucking out onions, putting them in a large wooden basket. She looks in your direction, and then she looks back at her. It seems like the townsfolk are pretty busy harvesting onions.
Can we just ask someone, it could be her, it could not be her, if they've seen Rishi in the cart go by?
Milo just says, good luck. She's batty. And stays back. He doesn't want to deal with her.
Yeah, okay. I'll approach her and be like, excuse me.
D-Day.
D-Day. Early this morning, did you see a cart with a man, Rishi, you saw him in the bar, and the young woman go by? They were leaving town?
She's stroking her hair and kind of distance, with this vague air. And she says, well, yes, I was up early this morning. They left very early.
Did you see what direction they went in when they left town? Towards Zadaxi?
The Killkyeen Forest, the east.
And that is the way that we're going. Okay.
Keep making me laugh, barbarian.
Okay. Hi. Hey.
Hey. Hey.
I feel like every single conversation with her has ended like that. Okay, bye.
Great, thanks.
I think should we find someone we can maybe borrow cart and horses from?
But
I hate to say it, but I think the mayor might be the best person for that.
yeah, let's do that. We'll approach the mayor's house. Unless the mayor's out and about.
So far this morning, you have not seen the mayor out and about. Yeah, so you approach the mayor's house. It's very early. I mean, it's fairly early in the morning, so you're not noticing any candles lit or movement coming from the interior.
All knocking. We're all knocking.
Knocking on the door.
I feel like Siri does like a really light, and then Milo's like.
You all make different taps on the door in different places based on your heights, and there is no response from the inside.
Maybe we just search for where the stables?
We bring home. No, we came with Rishi.
We came with Rishi.
And the donkey, yeah. Have we seen any stables in town?
I mean, the stables would be next to the tavern, so you have been aware of the stables, but you have not noticed any free carts as of this morning.
We might just have to go. I don't know.
Milo, do you want to get on my back so you're a little bit faster?
Is that a challenge, Elena?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
He just starts taking off like his water run.
Oh, no, but okay. It wasn't a challenge. All right, let's go.
Let's run.
I mean, pretty sure I'm not going to catch them, but yeah.
Just like, oh, jeez. Can I have an apple?
And is there any other way that we can get out of here faster? Because there's no way we're going to catch them on a cart, right? I don't know.
I don't want to go back in there.
I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
I think honestly he might be slower on a cart because it's just a donkey.
But I thought that donkey was like special or whatever.
I say we just try and see if we can catch up. Just start walking that way.
Alright.
What time is it now?
So I would say it's a little after 9 in the morning because you got a nice long rest.
Okay.
And I just toss an apple to everybody. I'm like, let's go. Don't choke as we walk.
Yeah. So we should try to go fast, but should we also try to look for tracks and make sure they're actually headed in the direction that...
Yeah, Ash,
That's
could you
also
go
why
get...
I was offering Milo to be up higher, but I guess it would be easier to be looking down low for tracks. So
I'm
Ash,
really
if you'd like
good
to
at
make a survival check,
Yeah, I'll
you
make
can go
a
ahead and do that.
Where's my dice? That's gonna be a 20 on that.
Yeah, so Ash, you can clearly see the impressions of the wheels of the cart that Cognac was riding. Those wheels have left a track in the ground that goes directly toward the entrance of the forest. So you're fairly sure that that's where they went.
Okay, this way, guys.
Alright.
So the party starts making their walk towards the entrance of the Killkyeen Forest. This time you see these very old, gnarled trees creaking and groaning in the slight late summer breeze. Their limbs look very twisted together like two skeletal hands inviting you to take the pathway inside. It looks different than the last time you were here. But the pathway beckons. Do you continue?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. It's a little creepy over here, but I think we can manage.
Okay. Every now and then, Siri just like casts message straight out in front of them. It only goes 120 feet, but she's just hoping that we eventually get within range of Reese's and be like,
Okay.
Reese's, you need to stop.
Okay.
What?
The party continues their path, walking into the Killkyeen Forest, and after about half an hour or so, you notice a short, fat gnome walking towards you, and he sees you and he hears you. He looks very friendly. He shouts out, "Freundschaft, Freundschaft."
Freund.
You hear a hearty laugh come back, and says, "Oh, Freunde, friends, allies."
Can I message him and be like, because we're like speed walking, I message him and be like, we're really busy, but if you want to kind of come along our way with us, you can talk to us. If not, you need to move.
He walks straight up to you and introduces himself. He's a short, kind of fat gnome. He's wearing a red vest with golden buttons. He's got a droopy blue hat, wild, long brown hair kind of flowing underneath the hat, and fingerless gloves. You notice also from the symbols on his vest like there are moons and stars. You're guessing he's a sorcerer or magic.
Hello.
Hi.
That was Yobi.
Oh, that's you. Hey, good morning. Morning.
Good day.
Yeah. Oh, you're from Mashtina.
No, we just came from there, though. It's like, ingrained in my mind. We're actually in a hurry. Have you seen a man with a cart and a girl in the cart go this way?
Oh, well, I was tracking the pathway, and I definitely suspect there was at least one or two carts this morning.
Okay, good to know. Are you selling anything or anything like that? Because we're sort of in a hurry.
Just my trade.
Which is?
I'm a master.
Oh.
Yes, and he like kind of like flexes his hands and dances them around.
Into these situations.
Yeah, I'm very handy. I work at the spa in Spinaka.
Oh, I get it. Well, you know what? We're all set, but if we see you around in this forest again, we would love to use your services. I hope you have a brilliant day, sir. Good day. I'm already walking away.
Siri never stopped. Siri just is like backpedaling like, are we go? You can come with us this way.
All right. The party keeps walking, and you run into the same stone pillars that you had seen last time. And as you get closer to the pillars, you actually notice that the coloration on the pillars looks lighter, as if something weighing it down has been lifted. The last time you walked it.
I suppose we had something to do with that, huh? We killed that witch and maybe broke a curse or something on the land. I'm just going to go ahead and take credit for that in my mind because I need a win today.
When you did a really good job massaging me.
You got a massage? How the heck did that happen?
Okay, we keep walking.
Okay.
Are you still all fast walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every now and then, Reese's.
Mm-hmm.
You can reply to this message.
After about another 100 yards or so, it seems to work on a creature, Siri, and somebody responds. Are you a cleric?
I try to estimate like with the direction I just set it in, and then I go, no, I can't. You can't reply to this message, and then I keep going.
The party walks up, and you see the shadow of an older dwarf standing on the pathway, who is kind of like truckling to himself as he marches forward towards the party. He's about 3'11", kind of short, long white beard, flowing mustache, wrinkly eyes and forehead. He's a little bit older, charming blue eyes, and a red cape with gold trim and some religious symbols on his cape. And he says, "Is it safe? Is it safe ahead of you? Yeah, behind you. Is it safe?"
Yeah. It's actually pretty nice today.
Whew. My prayers to Avandra have been answered. Thank you, good people. If you could step out of the way, please. I'd like to keep walking.
I just keep walking straight and expect him to step off my path.
He steps off your path.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep up with Siri as much as I can.
I'll let him pass.
It's the worst sweat ever.
Siri's like, you know the old ladies in the mall? Like when they speed walk? She's just...
The party is getting really tired, in fact, and you're noticing, Siri is especially noticing the huge amount of sweat coming off of Olena as you're walking towards this really green forest glade.
I don't sweat, I glisten, first of all. And, I could use a quick pit stop.
Oh.
And after walking so fast for this time, the party's a little bit exhausted. But Siri, you do notice a sound coming from within this beautiful glade ahead of you. The sound sounds like a very breathy voice. You can't make out any of the words, but it seems somehow familiar and alluring.
I start to slow, and then I'm like, there's something weird going on in front of us. Does anyone else hear that?
Do we all hear it? Or just you?
Like
Siri is the first to hear it, but if somebody else would like to make a perception check, you can.
I'll go for it. 8. Ooh. Hold on, let's see what I add to that.
20, but not natural.
9. So I don't see anything or hear anything. Just sweat.
It's getting into your eyes. You're like,
Oh god, that's the worst. Yobi rolled a 10.
Siri is the only one who can hear this
Oh,
voice.
but I rolled a 20. So.
Oh, Olena. Olena also hears this kind of breathy, ethereal creature's voice coming from within this beautiful glade that's ahead of you.
Does it sound like Rana Del Rey?
It's kind of, but it also doesn't sound like it's any language that you've heard before.
Is the glade within 60 feet of us?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to divine sense for evil.
Actually, Olena, could you make an intelligence check with advantage? I'm going to tell you some more information if you make this. Then hold on, I'll get to you.
Yes, let me just... I'm a mess, I swear to God.
can we pick up the language yet, or no?
I'm gonna do it first with Olena, and then with Siri.
Okay.
What, intelligence check?
Just a straight intelligence check.
12.
So, and then Siri, could you just make a regular intelligence check, no advantage?
10.
Both Siri and Olena think that they recognize the language, but if it's verbs, they're conjugated in a way that they're not certain that it is a language that they know. But you're the only two who can even hear this voice at this point.
We approach quietly?
We can't see anything in the glade, right?
Not yet. As you approach, well, tell me the marching order. Like, who's leading the group at this point?
Siri was in the front, but...
Barry was.
Yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we be like, Yobi, do you want to go? And maybe you're very quiet.
I'd love to. Yobi will be stealthy and try and move forward.
Can I
Make
tell
a,
See
him
if he can see anything.
Can you make
I
a
tell
self
him-
check, please, for Ryobi?
before he leaves? Siri will tell him, and I'll count to 15, and then I'll message you. And if you can't reply, just like maybe make a bird call if it's dangerous, or a turtle sound if it's not dangerous.
What does the turtle sound?
I don't know. I don't know the sound what they make when they're having sex.
Oh, okay. You know, actually, I'd be happy to make that noise. Let me roll stealth. Oh, I rolled a natural 17.
Oh, boy.
Plus, my stealth is +7 because I'm a god. So, what the hell is 17 plus 7?
24.
24.
I was waiting. I was like, I know you got this, Emily. You got this.
I wasn't even trying. I was just
Okay.
staring into the distance, hoping someone else was going to say it.
Obi, you creep your way through like a thicket on the perimeter of the glade and walk towards the flatter center of it. But you're laying so low that you're fairly sure that there isn't
There's no creature?
that you're sure that the creature cannot detect you.
Oh, do I see any creature? It's like there's nothing there.
Yes, you do. Floating in the air, at 40 feet away from you, you see a creature, a female creature who looks like translucent, like you can see through her, with a very sad, tired face. She does not notice you, Yobi. Both of her fists are clenched, as if she were holding like ski pole torches in both hands. It's like this creature is angry. Her eyes are hollow. This creature looks like it could be undead or celestial or something like this. You're not familiar with. Oh, actually, make an intelligence roll to see if you're familiar with this kind of creature, Yogi.
I just dribbled tea into my mask. I'm struggling today. Okay. 18 plus 2 is 20.
That's enough. Yobi, this is a creature known as a banshee. You would know that they are evil creatures,
Okay.
and that if they get too close and can see you, that there could be horrifying effects.
Okay,
this creature.
so Yobi is. I'm just gonna assume that he's like army crawling. He's gonna backwards army crawl back to the group.
Siri messages while he starts doing that.
Yobi, what do you see? Do you see anything?
Backing up. Backing up. Trip.
Okay, he said that he's backing up. I guess he saw something.
And at this point, Yobi has backed all the way up to be in the thicket with the rest of you. So you're all out of eye distance of whatever this creature was.
That was a banshee. So.
What's a banshee?
Okay, imagine like ghost woman. Pretty sexy, I'd say. Hollow, horrifying eyes. Her fists were clenched in like anger, and she'll probably like lure you to your death and then like murder you violently. So I'm gonna make the executive decision that we're not going that way.
Sure, go around.
Is there a way around?
You could try to make a way around, but this would be the way back. You've walked this path before.
Oh, guys, I don't know if I can just leave this here for someone else to get hurt and mauled by this thing. I think I have to take care of this, guys.
Oh,
Did Yobi see if she looked like the daughter of the innkeeper? Like, did she look like the innkeeper at all?
There were not enough visible facial features. Like the eyes were not visible, and the face did not look human or humanoid. Really, it was more like a blank, blank face. So he wouldn't picked up if it was related to the bartender.
Well, Milo, if you want to handle this, we should probably handle it as quickly as possible. So maybe we have a plan and then we just all attack at once or something like that?
Sure, I mean, I don't want to lead you guys into something that you're not willing to fight, so it's up to all of us. I don't want to, but just wanted to voice my opinion that I can't leave this thing out here to hurt someone else.
Milo, as you voice your opinion, Yobi can sense that the creature has gotten significantly closer to the party.
He says that the creature has gotten significantly closer to the party.
Okay, Ash, you do that duplicate thing. Maybe have a distraction. Go, and then everyone else just get ready.
And then Siri will kind of go off a little bit and not be bunched up with the group.
Mm-hmm.
Just
and
get
Elena
ready.
will be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, Milo's walking over there. He's got his
she's
axe.
gonna rage and run towards the location of the banshee.
Okay, so if you're gonna rage and people are gonna split up, could everybody roll initiative, please?
You go.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. Just
Yeah,
make sure you can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Okay.
can-
Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn it! I always say hello. Whatever.
Natural 20 for Elena. Yobi rolled before. Oh, she's terrifying.
Natural 20 for Olena.
So 22.
Oh, 22. Okay.
And then Yobi is 7.
Oh, me too.
Siri.
What is your dexterity?
Yobi has higher dex. I think we figured that out last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ash, did you say 6?
I have 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
17 for me.
17. All right, so all of you are within 10, 15 feet of this creature. It doesn't seem to see you yet, but it knows you can tell from the way that it's clenching its fists. It's kind of moving its body around to see what's in the thicket. So, Elena, your first act, what would you like to do?
I'm going to rush forward. I'm going to bonus action rage. And hold my attack until she attacks one of my people. Because I'm not sure, she might not be violent, so I'm just gonna have my axe out and be thundering and lightninging and be like, are you okay?
Milo, what would you like to do?
Milo's just gonna swing for the fences. He's gonna go up there.
You're gonna go up there? Okay.
Yeah, I can't move.
Oh, you can't move? No.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna roll for an attack. Natural 20 on it. Okay.
What if she's nice?
Well, there's no spirits that are nice as far as I'm concerned. Send them to the afterlife, okay? And just Yeah, I'm gonna add a smite to it as well. And I get an extra smite I learned last time.
Extra dice? Oh, because undead.
Yeah, so 14 for the regular attack. Because I double that, right?
Is it 6 crit?
Yeah, yep. And then slash 3d8, right? 15 for the smite damage. Yeah, the smite.
What's the total?
Altogether, 29. But the smite damage would be radiant. I don't know if that does extra.
29?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And what was the weapon that you used?
One-handed battle axe.
One-handed battle axe.
And then I added some smite flavor.
Yeah, tell us where you're aiming and how you're attacking this creature.
She's like floating sort of above the ground, right?
That's right.
I kind of just jump up and smack her in the chest with an axe.
The creature is stunned by the might that you have put into your swing, and it's like the entire ethereal creature has lurched backwards after you kind of slash it across the center of its body, and her face is moaning even louder, and when you look at it, Milo, it looks like the eye sockets are getting bigger and the mouth is getting bigger as she's starting to wail a horrible sound in your direction. And her hands are still clenched.
You say, well, if she was good, she's not anymore. And then just hold up my shield and get ready for another attack.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom save, please, Milo.
Ooh. 13.
13 is enough. At the end of your turn?
Sorry, yeah.
Okay. Like everybody else except for Milo, to make a wisdom save, please.
So it begins.
I got 19.
19? Okay.
4 for Olena and 10 for Yobi.
Okay.
Siri got 11.
11. So, Olena, I know you had a held action also. Olena, Yobi, and Tiri, you're all frightened. And with this condition, you're going to be running away as fast as you can from this creature for the next period of time until I tell you it's over.
Are we running away, or we can't move closer to it?
You cannot willingly move toward the creature.
Okay. So we could
around.
stay, but we can't
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have
Attacks are
disadvantage on
disadvantage,
action.
yeah.
So disadvantage on attack rolls, disadvantage on save. Olena, your action was to attack it, but now you're
Once
scared.
she attacks. I can still attack, but it'll be a disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Does that count as her attacking us? Or her coming for us? Is that fear?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one of her actions, is to cause fear and all.
That's a 9 plus 14 to hit?
Yeah, 14 hits.
Oh, okay. I am raging, so that's exciting. Am I immune to fear? No, I don't think so.
Level 6, I read it after I
Level 6.
had my
Damn it!
outburst. I was like, oh, you're immune, and I was so confident.
No, you're not.
It's a certain level. We're not there yet.
Damn it! That's fine. Everything's fine. 12. Oh, look, I rolled a 1 on the die. That's great. For 6 points of damage.
This is with your axe. Tell us where you're aiming and how you're striking this creature.
I don't want to look her in the eyes because she's scary. So I'm just gonna go for her feet, almost eyes closed, sort of oh God!
And you manage to connect and slash at her feet. And as you're doing that, her feet kind of retreat, but the top part of her body moves toward you, and you see her eye sockets are getting bigger and her mouth is getting larger. And she starts wailing at you.
Ah!
Her hands are still in fists.
I'll just wail back. Ah!
Ash, you're next to act.
All right, I'm going to invoke duplicity, and I'm going to duplicate myself. I'm going to duplicate it like in front of me, and I'm gonna then use my bonus action to have it move forward. And I would like it to like hold out like the mace that I carry, like the mace that I carry. It's gonna like shake it at the lady, very menacingly, you know. That will be Ash's turn.
Oh,
Yep.
is that an attack?
Oh no, I can't like attack with my
but you
I
can...
just use it to move.
Okay.
Just like 30 minutes. So
Okay.
yes.
I forgot that with my new feat, her speed is decreased by 10 because I hit her.
Okay.
No.
Are we going next up? Yobi?
Oh yeah.
Yobi.
Hello, I'm Yobi. Hi, it's me, Yobi. Yobi is going to... Okay, he has a short bow. That's good, because he's frightened. So he's going to move, like, over here.
Mm-hmm. Move away from it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And because he has advantage because people are flanking.
But he also has disadvantage because of the frightened, so it's just flat, whatever you...
Straight roll. If he hits with his bow, he does not hit. He rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
I shouldn't be allowed to roll. I'll say it.
So the arrow flies through the air and it lands actually in the space between Milo and the Banshee. The Banshee doesn't even look at you, Yogi. It's like breathing weird air in the direction of Milo and Ash at this point. Any other movement or action?
It's the end of his turn, so does he get to roll against fear still?
Yes, you can.
Wow, I'm gonna roll.
You're gonna roll at
I'll roll
disadvantage
20, but I'm gonna roll at disadvantage.
because you're currently frightened.
Oh god, it
And you can
added
see
them
it.
together. A 13. It's a wisdom save. -1, so 12.
Yeah, it's not enough. You are still scared of this Banshee.
Good to know. That is Yobi's turn. Ah!
Siri.
Siri is scared, so she's just gonna shake her head. No, and just kind of back up a little bit. And then she'll cast Bless on the people that seem to be like able to attack, and so she's only kind of seen Elena, Milo, and Yobi kind of attack. So she'll cast Bless on those 3 people.
Yes.
So the 3 of you get to add a D4 to an attack roll or a saving throw for the next minute.
Next minute. Wow.
And she's gonna back up a little bit because she's afraid. You know what? I might just save my bardic. I'll give one to Elena. I'll be like, oh, it's a banshee blocking our path. Do 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 do. Oh, please, Elena, get rid of that scary one. Do 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 do. And she's just gonna back up like 2. She just wants to get a little farther away because that thing is scary. That's her turn.
In return, top of the next round, Elena, with Bardic Inspiration, you're frightened, but you also have Bless on you, and you're standing right next to this creature. What would you like?
Is your bardic still 6?
Yes.
Okay. E6. Okay, well. Ah! I'm gonna attack again, but at disadvantage, but with a D4. 9 out of 6. I always get them confused. Plus 5 is 14. Plus 1 is 15 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okie dokie. Ah, rolling shit on the damage. 6, 7, 8. 8 points of damage.
Tell us
Plus-
where and how. Oh, go ahead.
Well, as I'm hitting again at her feet, there's lightning happening.
Wisdom?
So, yes, please.
5.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you shock her last round?
I didn't because I used my bonus action, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Something happened last round. This time I rolled a 6 on the die, so plus 6 points of lightning damage.
Oh.
Yeah. Her whenever Elena is in this rage state with the lightning, her eyes go a little bit white. So she's just as terrifying back to the Banshee is terrifying to her. So it's just a lot of screaming at each other.
Can you make an intelligence check with advantage, please, Elena? Okay. And then after that, make a wisdom save to see if you're no longer frightened.
Intelligence check is 16.
Okay.
Wisdom is.
And you
12.
can add the bless to that as well. That's blesses for attacks and saving throws.
Whoa, 16.
Nice.
Okay. So you save from the frightening, so you're no longer frightened. You only have the bless going. And you can kind of understand, it's not the full sentence, but you can understand that this creature is speaking in an ancient version of Elvish.
Oh, I speak Elvish.
Yes, which is how you came to understand the complexities of her language. And as you strike her eyes get bigger and her mouth gets bigger, and you can hear her say, "Hush."
Okay.
Someone giving birth?
I can't see her health bar. I think Elena's over it. Is she looking rough or is she still?
She's looking mighty tough and still floating
Oh, she
above
doesn't
you.
have a health bar. Okay, I'm gonna take another swing at her. That was bad. 3 plus 5, I think. 8 altogether, which I don't think hits. Plus my 4, right? 11 altogether. For a hit.
11's gonna miss.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna bonus action.
Wait, you have a bless as well. So
Yeah, I
bless is
used
for
it. I
oh,
only got it
okay.
up to 11.
Gotcha.
That's my turn. Sorry.
Milo, before you end your turn, you're not scared. Never mind. The Banshee, having been struck by lightning by Olena, is going to attack and say Elvish words in Olena's direction.
All right, protection again, so it's disadvantage.
She has disadvantage.
Yeah, for my reaction, if anyone gets attacked besides me in a 5-foot radius, I can.
Okay, so I'll roll it again.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a 13 and a 14. Lena, what's your armor?
13 does not hit me because 14 is my armor class.
Oh, so the disadvantage. She's gonna miss. So Milo kind of blocks this horrible arm from reaching out towards Olena. But Olena, you do hear. Olena, if you can make an intelligence check, please, with advantage.
16.
16. Her arm, even though it doesn't hurt you, it is still outstretched at you, and you can hear an ancient conjugation of Elvish, and she's saying, "Hush."
I don't like it. Okay. I'm not pregnant. I'll respond in Elvish, so I think maybe only Siri can understand me.
I don't know Elvish.
You don't know Elvish? Oh, Yobi understands me.
The creature understands, doesn't react other than to nod and just retract her arm from you, Olena.
Okay.
Next act is Ash.
All right, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. So the guy needs the Banshee needs to make a Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. That is a 11.
Wow, they failed. That's actually surprising. Okay, I can do damage. Exciting. Hardly ever works. That is going to be 5 damage.
All right. Where are you aiming?
I'm aiming straight for the head with my radiant fire flames going out at it.
Ooh, and all that damage hurls toward her like a ball and zings her in the head. And it's the top of her body kind of reacts by falling backwards, and her feet, which don't look so good, are leaning towards you slightly. She stopped when she got hurt.
Gotcha. So that's my action. I'm gonna just use my bonus action to just move my duplicate to again look menacingly at the thing and like to wave the mace and be like, yeah, that's what the
As your duplicate does that, the creature like is kind of looking at Elena and attacking, looking at Milo, and then also looking at your duplicate Ash. And its eyes are getting bigger, its mouth is getting bigger, and you can see it's pushing its arms out at your duplicate.
That's my turn though.
Yobi.
Hello, it's me, Yobi. Here I am, shooting again with my crossbow, still frightened. So, baby. I got the gates. Oh, shit.
Yobi's also blessed.
16 to hit. With the short bow.
That hits. Tell us where you're aiming and how much damage.
He's aiming for like the ear, so that if the short bow goes through it, like goes through her head. You know, like the little things with the air. You know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, this is terrible. I hate flying ladies. They scare me. And he has sneak attack damage and regular damage. Regular no. Ooh, that was great. 16, 17, 18, 19 points of damage.
And the arrow goes like through her ear in her head because it's an ethereal sort of creature. Like the arrow busts through the other side, and you can see her face is racked in pain. Her body swings around to look at you, Yobi, and her eyes get bigger, her mouth gets bigger, and she's saying something to you.
Yobi does speak Elvish.
Does speak Elvish. Could you make an intelligence roll at advantage, please, Yobi? And then make your wisdom save for the frightening.
Manage intelligence check. Is it 12?
Yobi, you can understand enough Elvish to understand that when she stretches her arms out toward you after you hit her, she's saying, "Stop."
What do you mean stop?
The creature inhales as Siri takes her turn.
Okay, he rolled 2 low on the wisdom.
Oh, 2 and a wisdom, so he's still frightened.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, no.
Siri, this creature is still flying overhead, still looks fairly healthy. What would you like to do?
Did Yobi say all of that in Elvish?
Yeah, no, he responded in common. What do you mean stop?
Well, Siri's still frightened and frazzled, so I think she'll be confused by that, and she'll just like cast message at the thing as her action, and be like, so not all of us speak Elvish. Can you speak this? What I'm speaking right now? Are we supposed to help you? And then you can respond to this message. As her action and bonus action, she'll give Milo. What was Milo's song? I just had it and I lost it. He is our man. He is our paladin. It's from Monster Mash, right? He will attack and he will end all this. Yeah. It was something like that. I lost it. I'm sorry. But she'll just give that to Milo, and then she'll just cast message at the thing in common because she's like, "Are we supposed to help you? Do you want our help?"
It replies to you in Elvish, Siri.
Mm-hmm.
And you understand it. You don't have to roll for this time.
I don't speak Elvish.
Oh, you don't speak Elvish?
No.
Does she respond out loud?
Yeah, to what Siri said, yes.
I can hear her. What does she say?
Can you make an intelligence check? So how would I rule this? You can make it when we get back to your turn, and I can tell you.
That's fine.
Well, actually, it's the top of the round, so it is your turn. You want to start with that?
The intelligence check.
I forgot to ask Siri. Did you want to make your wisdom save against?
I did. It wasn't high enough.
Okay. Elena?
Natural 20 intelligence check.
Yeah, the creature was saying to Siri, don't. These are getting bigger.
How dare you say that to my friend? She belongs. Are you okay, ma'am? And I'm gonna hit her with my axe. Okay. I'm going to attack recklessly just because I'm in the mood, you know. Oh, wow. Okay. 18 plus 5 to hit.
Hits.
I don't know why. I keep going like Jester, critical roll, but also Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now I'm going to aim at her fists, if they're still fists out. The damage, that's a d6. That's wrong. 10 points of damage slashing, and then lightning damage. Oh, she has to roll a wisdom save. Or a dex save,
20.
Oh, she still takes half damage, so she takes 2 whole points of lightning damage.
Elena, it's at this point that you notice that her clothes look more tattered than before, and the size of her shape has shrunken slightly after you have wailed on her with your axe. It seems like it's working.
Does she respond to me asking if she's okay?
She does not respond.
Okay. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Milo?
I'm just gonna take another swing at her. I'm gonna say, "Be gone, vile creature." And just 14 plus 5, I believe.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. And D8. I don't even know what a D8 looks like, so I'm just gonna do it in this thing. 9, and then I want to smite it too again.
Whew.
So that's another 3d8. Another 15, so altogether 24, and I'm going for her head this time. Because I'm like jumping up to get her, I imagine.
Yeah.
So like as high as I can hit on her face, I'm just trying to hit her straight in the middle of the face.
Milo, as you do this, you can see that her body is starting to wither. Her face looks even more racked in pain as small black lines start to form from the edges of her eyes, like spider webs expanding. Her mouth gets larger, and she's sort of like wailing at you, and you almost feel this corrupting, evil breath fall on you as she reaches out an arm and sings her banshee song in your direction.
I just say, "Hello, or be with me," and that's my turn.
Okay. And in fact, she's going to try to touch you with her bony little fingers. That is 19 to hit.
That's
going to do 12 points of necrotic damage. Oh. As it kind of strikes you across the chest, Milo, it continues to moan in your direction. Her eyes get bigger, her mouth gets bigger, and again, you feel this like weird, frightening sensation run up the back of your spine.
Okay. Do I have to roll?
You do not.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Ash next. Ash?
Okay, I am going to cast Sacred Flame at it again, so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
19.
Damn it, it passed. Okay.
Flies away from your radiant ball of energy.
It ducks this time. Okay. I'm gonna use my illusion's gonna like walk through it to here to freak it out. Just gonna just like walk through her.
It momentarily like turns around and walks towards you, and then turns back to face Milo and Olena's direction.
Okay, and I'm gonna walk through it, and then I'm gonna walk back. That's 30 seconds. So I can't. Yeah. That will be my turn.
All right, Yobi, you're up next.
Yobi. Every time he goes, he says his name. It's Yobi. Okay, he's like Batman. I'm Batman, but I'm Yobi. Yobi is going to... I don't... Oh. Yobi's gonna shoot him with his shit.
I'm Yobi.
Was born in the darkness. Yobi's going to shoot with his short bow. I don't know why I was just looking at my dice so fondly, but it did happen. Oh, I rolled 2 2s. That's weird and uncomfortable to look at. So that's 7 to hit.
Where are you aiming, Yobi?
Probably like straight at his former shot to see if he could like go 2 for 2, but then he rolled 2 2s, so he can't go 2 for 2. With two
Yeah.
twos.
So he knocks his arrow, and it's going towards the direction, but she kind of breathes in the air, and then the arrow veers off course and lands on the grassy field below.
Damn it!
And
That's
again,
my turn.
it's
I'm
opening
going
its
to
mouth
roll
and
to
kind
see
of
if I'm feared.
sending its banshee wail in Yobi's direction.
I rolled a 17 to be unfeared.
It
Oh,
works.
but it's a 16 because my wisdom is
Plus your
It
bless.
works.
plus my
your
blast.
bless.
Okay, I'm fine.
You are no longer
Fine.
afraid.
I was never afraid. I was born in the darkness.
Siri, I believe you're next at.
She'll try vicious mockery on it.
Okay.
So it's a wisdom save, and she'll just be like,
Look, I understand that you died a long time ago or whatever, but I can't speak what you're speaking. I would really like to talk to you, but unfortunately I don't understand what you're saying.
8.
oh, that fails. She takes 3 psychic damage.
Oh.
She's just she doesn't like the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
Siri, can you make an intelligence check, please? And then your wisdom save.
Intelligence is a 6.
Okay.
Wisdom. Oh, that's a nat 20 for wisdom.
You are no longer afraid.
Cool. My bonus action, though, because I saw Milo get hit, so I'll send a healing word towards you, Milo. So I'll finish the vicious mockery and be like, oh, by the way, I hope you feel a little better. So Milo, you get 6, only 6 back. That's my turn.
I'm gonna go back to the top of the round. Olena, creature
I was
almost
not
dead,
born
looks
in
like.
darkness. Okay. Cool. Hello, it's me, Olena, this time. I definitely don't have the same exact voice as Yobi, because the person who plays me is definitely not very limited in the accents that she can do, but I'm going to attack recklessly. Neither of those is very good, but I have...
You have Bless and you have Bardic.
Okay. I'm gonna use my Bardic. Oh, hell, motherfucking yes. Okay, so 16, 17, 18, 19 to hit.
And he's gonna hit. Tell us
Fantastic.
where and what kind of how much damage.
I want to cut off her hands.
Okay, try.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. I want to go home, but I'm already home. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage. And then can she make a dexterity saving throw for me, please? Thank you.
18.
Well, she still takes half damage, so she takes 2 points of lightning damage. Yeah!
Glenn, as you swing the blade of your axe towards this creature's hands, they seem to momentarily disappear from her body, but the lightning that emanates from you causes her body to start getting really agitated in a shock, and you see her form slowly turn into all these dots of white light, and they dissipate in the forest sky. The last thing you hear in your head as this creature dies is a word in Elvish. Escape.
Escape? Or... She said the last word she said was escape. First she told somebody to push, and I was like, I'm not pregnant. And then she said, okay. And then, yeah, the last word she just said was escape.
Well,
This is
maybe we
weird.
just helped her escape.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around and use my divine sense to see if she's dead or if she's in the area. So I'm using one of those.
Milo, you no longer detect the presence of this creature.
Oh yeah, we sure got her, guys. I tell ya, that was a great fight. And
Oh, okay.
helped
You
her move
were.
on. I hope.
Everyone, before we continue, please go ahead and take 210 experience points.
I will tell you about that.
And all of you are feeling like the mood has lightened from the banishment of this banshee, and you can see the clear exit from the Killkyeen Forest going east. What would you like to do?
Onward!
Walk away.
In the words of
Gotta
the
go.
Banshee, let's push on.
Push.
Seawards and skywards.
All right, so the party keeps making their way east. It's almost around 11 in the morning. They've made it to the eastern road again. Excuse me. And you can see very clearly the pathway back towards Zadash. It's a lovely late summer morning, and as you're starting to walk in that direction, you can see some of the local farmsteads, and farmers are starting to do their late summer harvest. You can see people, plucking vegetables out of the ground and putting them into baskets as you walk down this path.
Similarly to Molashna Swamps, I'm going to try and wave down a farmer and be like, "Excuse me, have you seen a person on a cart with a donkey and a woman in the back of the cart go by here?"
Yeah. So you managed to catch the attention of a milkmaid who is kind of done doing her thing with the cow. So she turns around from her stool and walks on the turf through the front area of her farm, and she nods and points in the direction of Zadash.
Thank
You
you.
know when that was?
That way,
About how long ago?
this morning.
Great.
Thanks.
Milo's taken off already.
This would be a lot easier if we were able to contact him somehow.
So
I can yell.
could everybody make a constitution check? It's looking like everyone's kind of running as fast as they can, walking as fast as they can. Just a check, a constitution check.
Great. 8 for me. I'm spewing, I guess.
5 for Siri.
Okay.
11 for Ash.
18 for Elena and 13 for Yobi.
So everybody in the party, except for Olena and Yobi, are feeling quite exhausted and
We're
tired.
the most athletic, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
That does make sense.
If you continue, you'll take an exhaustion penalty, or you could decide to rest by the road or do something like that.
I was just going to say, if we go at a walking pace, would it be exhaustion? Or so we have to take a break regardless? Or
So if you continue, you will take an exhaustion penalty.
okay, no matter what. Okay.
We can do a short rest and then continue.
If you do short rest.
What if I carry... I don't know.
Or
Well-
do you just want to go ahead, Olena? Maybe get us a cart.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, we can.
But
Oh, you can just stay. That's up to you.
Are there is there a little village near us with the farmers? Or
It's
just
mostly
the
just farmsteads, unincorporated farmsteads. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just take a breather.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody, sit down. Take this
Hold
water.
Hold my hair back.
I'll hold your hair back.
some towels wipe off.
Honestly, the worst feeling.
Yeah.
When you're sweaty after walking. You're like,
Ash collapses into the grass, just lays down. Ooh.
I'll go find a well somewhere and bring back some water.
Thanks, Elena. You're a real one.
Is anyone rolling hit dice during this?
I don't think anyone took damage, right? Or did anyone?
Milo took
I only have-
damage.
I'm only missing 6 points. I guess I could roll a hit dice.
If you are, well, let me see. What is my Song of Rest? Let me see if you have to roll anything. I think you have to roll. Okay, yeah. So it's if you decide to roll, then you get an extra d6 from me.
I don't.
As I just I'm just gonna
Just play a couple cards.
Okay.
Really tired.
I'll roll since you're going through the effort. Ooh, I got a 6. That's what I needed.
Sweet.
So I'm back up to full.
Olena and Yobi will run the party for some stretches, as if they're what is that? People who work in a high school, they're like the athletes.
PE, physical
Yeah.
ed.
Elena, I don't stretch that way, okay? I don't
try harder.
I
don't
don't
care.
I don't do that. My legs.
I push you a little bit further.
Elena, no.
Milo does the stretch and just toots a little bit, and he gets too embarrassed to keep going on. He's just like, That's enough for me. I think the body doesn't agree well with the working out there.
Like massage your
I feel like Siri. I feel like Siri's very limber. She's like, doesn't feel like she's like all the way bent in half. She's like, this doesn't feel like anything.
I'll just sit on you.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is a Saturday evening for me, really. It's nothing really doing anything.
So as the group kind of recovers from their short rest, you see a familiar face with a mule and a cart headed out of the Killkyeen Forest towards the eastern road towards Zadaxi. It's a half-orc woman wearing an apron and a floral dress, and she looks at you, and does she recognize you? She waves at you and says, "Hey, friends!" And then
Hi.
she kind of like is hustling to stay on the road, but
It's Rachel, right?
she does have a cart that looks like it would fit
Rachel, right?
party.
Rachel, wait.
Hey,
I'll
ma'am.
dash. I'll walk alongside her. She's still walking. And be like,
She is.
Random question. Can we hop in your cart on your way to Zadaxi?
She looks at you, puzzled,
Hey,
and you can see there are markings of like flour on her, like she must have just baked something that morning. And she's like, "Oh, but where are you going?"
We're heading to Zadaxi. Well, we're heading through Zadaxi, but we just, we're booking it through the forest, and now we're really tired.
Do you need help?
Yes, we do.
Oh, wait, did I meet you recently? I don't remember.
Oh, yes. In the forest, on our way to Malashkina.
Oh,
Yes. Bought some pies off of you, I think. Rachel is your name, right? I'm Olena.
yeah, Fatal, that's me.
Rachel.
Yeah,
I told you to meet
they
up with
like
the...
my cakes over at the Mighty Quill. I think I've got to do a whole lot of selling at the joke-off.
Fantastic. So happy for you. Let's talk about this if we hop in your car.
Do you need a lift?
Please.
All of you?
Well, I can walk alongside.
Can you make a persuasion roll, please, Olena? Or
From the ground, Siri's like, we're the ones that told you to talk to the chocolate person. Remember to peer up and do like a combo thing.
oh yeah,
Ah.
yeah, Cloakfield. I talked to the baker.
Yeah.
But we're kind of we're I don't know that we're gonna work together because we're kind of rivals in the same industry. But I have some contacts now. Thank you for the idea.
19.
Oh, 19. As she says, hop on in, friends.
Thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate you. I'm so tired. We're all so tired.
Yeah,
That's
well,
okay.
Lena and Yobi.
I have some extra tarts in the back. They're not the highest quality, but if you're hungry, you can help yourself.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I keep all the wonky ones for myself, but if you don't mind, you can have them.
I'll take a wonky one. Thank you. That's so kind of you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And she kind of like hops in the skips and gets the mule going again. So the whole party's on this cart with Fatal headed towards the eastern road. So along the way, she's asking some questions. So you made it out of Mashina all together. How did you do it? Anything dangerous there?
I mean, the swamp isn't nice, but we made it.
You did kill an alligator.
Yeah. We're pretty strong.
And the witch.
Oh, tell me about that. That sounds dangerous.
Very.
I will. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the
I'm
story.
all ears.
Am I actually going to have to tell it? Oh, we went into a swamp and there was a witch.
Oh, here, I wrote a song about it.
Oh,
Wow.
So,
we went into a swamp and there was a witch.
yeah, basically. What is the hole in the ground? There was a hole in the ground with the green grass growing. There was a croc in the swamp, and the roots were growing all around, and the roots were growing all around. And past the croc, there was some fish people. There was some fish people, and the fish people, and then there's chickens. And anyway, it just keeps adding on. It's like that kind of song. And the witch in the house, and the fish in the pond, and the chickens in the tree, and the croc in the swamp, and the roots are growing all around, and the roots are growing all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ash is drumming along.
Yeah, I am
And
the drum
she
sound.
pulls on the reins of the mule, and you're at the northern gate of Zadash. And she says, am I going to take you all the way to University Town, or do you want to get off here? Are you also going to the Mighty Quill?
I kind of wanted to shop, but I feel like we're trying to just play catch up right now, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
So we're just maybe looking for the fastest horses in town.
Yeah.
And a nice pony for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, two of us could go get a cart, and other people could shop what they need to shop.
Maybe.
We have an hour, and we meet in University Square.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know how much it costs to get a cart and horses.
Would we know how much it costs to get a cart and horse?
Yeah, you would know it costs about 15 to 20 gold to buy a cart.
With horses?
You know it would cost more with horses, especially with the feed that you have to buy the horse going. Yep.
Would Ash or I know like a good stable in town that we could rent from, like a service where we will bring it back? We're gonna go and we're gonna come back.
That would be the Mighty Quill, where you both stayed as roomers or roommates, I guess, about a week ago.
Okay.
All right, let's head there.
Yeah.
I was gonna swing by the Shepherd's Respite. That's the only thing I had to do.
Yeah,
I'll go with Milo so he's not alone.
Okay.
And then Yobi can come with us, and we'll
We'll get the cart ready and ready to go.
Yes.
And then
You guys there.
I also just hand Siri 20 gold. It's like
Oh.
for the cart and the horse.
Oh, sure. We'll set it up later. Here, it's fine. Well, it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'll hold on to it. Thank you.
Here you go, Ash.
Thanks.
You have trusting eyes. I trust you.
I do. I thank you for that.
Thank you, Rachel. You should sell the wonky ones as like a 2-for-1 deal. I'm sure people would still buy them.
Oh
Just a
no, I
little, you know.
can't
They
do
were
that. I
dope.
can't do that. Then my
Why?
reputation would be sullied.
But the taste is perfect. They're just
It's
a
the
little
taste.
off-shaped, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Presentation matters. You eat with your eyes first.
Not me.
Perhaps, but think of the food waste, you know? When people just don't buy things just because they're a little off, it still tastes
Oh.
perfectly fine.
You could
You're
donate
so
it.
funny, Bard.
No,
Smell
I was
you
worried
later.
about the planet. Okay, bye.
Also,
Okay.
mule downtown.
She's strange, says Yobi.
She's very wasteful.
That's kind of real wasteful, and they're so good too.
All those
Yes.
children, you know, that they
She
were
could
trying
donate
to...
them to the orphanage.
Fucking hell.
That's what I was
we
going
should've-
to tell her, but
I just message as she goes,
Just donate the wonky ones to the orphanage.
He turns around and smiles and just waves at you.
Okay,
What are you going to do? Those capitalist thumbs. Isms.
facial.
Oh, facial.
All right, let's go get a cart.
All right, let's go.
So Elena and Milo, you start to cross through the People Square right in the center of Zadash and walk towards Lambtown, which is where the Shepherd's Respite is. And it seems to be kind of a sad atmosphere in the air as you notice a number of people dressed in black walking alongside and carrying a relatively small coffin. And they seem to be coming from the direction of the Shepherd's Respite towards the center of town. Both of you actually notice the two adults that are with the group are Rangarim and his wife, Amilana, who run the Shepherd's Respite.
Rangram. Just
The
Rangram.
man is wiping away tears with a handkerchief, and he looks at you. He does recognize you, and he says, "Sir,
What
can I help
happened?
you?" They went hungry.
How? I gave you money.
Wasn't enough.
If all the children die?
No, just Deuter today, but we're worried some of the others are quite sick right now. It's a terrible tragedy, and he's wiping away tears. His wife is kind of sneezing as well into a handkerchief and crying. A couple of the other people a couple of the people that are walking alongside look to be other orphans from the orphanage.
And what can we do? How can we help you?
We need the gods to favor us. We need money. We need protection. just don't think we can do it, the two of us. We need to hire help.
I have a question. We sent a man, cobbler, your way. Did he ever show up?
We're such a cobbler, but people come and go. They often head right over to Malomisto next door, and we never see them again.
Milo just goes into his pockets and pulls out. He's just gonna give him 150 gold. He's just gonna say, "Yeah, I'm basically broke."
Yeah. Both him and his wife, their eyes open really wide. We make this exchange, and he goes to hug you, and as he's doing so, he says, "Bless you, son. Bless you, son, and whatever god or gods you pray to."
Well, I think Peller put me here for this very reason. I found you, and I wish the circumstances were better. I wish we gave you more the first time.
He nods and motions over with his head to the coffin. Then he looks at you and says, "Poor Deuter never got to reunite with his birth parents. I'm afraid he and several of the other children have resorted to hustling in the past few days, delivering packages, and I think a couple of the kids opened a package one day and drank what was inside. No idea what it was, but it made some of them hallucinate and some of them go mad."
Perhaps
Was it?
Kaif?
I don't know what was in those packages, but the two of you are adventurers. Surely you could discover rumors about who is smuggling what in this town. He's kind of, again, wiping his eyes with his handkerchief. But listen, we're on our way now, actually, to bury this poor soul. If you like, you could come back later and have a chat, or Malomisu is right here. I'm sure you could learn some information. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Milo, for your charity and your alms.
Yeah, of course. And let me know if there's anything else we can do. And I have friends in high places. Maybe I can have them help out too.
He picks up the coffin with the other adults with the group, and they keep walking.
Well, that wasn't what I was expecting.
Extremely depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we could feed them for at least a couple weeks with what we gave them, but my word.
Okay, so I think we're going to have to get some government intervention in here. It seems like they don't have a very good child care and welfare system in this city.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I really think if I get the Goldfoots involved, maybe we can turn this place around a little bit, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I'll call my family, but we are very far away, so it's a difficult thing to do. Perhaps your sister could come and help. I'm thinking she might need some purpose. I assume we're walking back to university.
Yeah.
No,
we need some. She might need a path to go on, sort of like you and your paladin ways.
That's what I was thinking. She might not feel like she belongs at the Goldfoot estate, and maybe she needs a little more inner life to feel fulfilled. And
I don't want to put her in the path of Kaif if Kaif is now coming into the city of Zadash.
Yeah, I really think the mayhem pirates that we talked about, that their spread is definitely reaching Zadash now, and we got to do something about it sooner rather than later. But let's tell the others what we found here and see what they think.
And I'm gonna hand Milo 50 gold so that he's not broke anymore.
No, Milo pushes her hand away and says, "No.
Fine, I'll buy you dinner."
I will never turn down a meal, but I appreciate it. But anything I can do to help these kids, I don't know. Part of me feels like Kobayashi may have stolen some money from the orphanage, and
that's what I'm nervous about too. Just help out, bro. It's not that hard. I mean, it is hard. It's hard work, but life is hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, what can you do? We tried our best with him. I think he's a lost cause, and if I ever see him again, I'm not sure what I'll do, but I don't think it'll end well.
Does one of us have the card with the mask? Who was the person in a hood?
It's Ash.
Yeah, Ash has it, right?
Okay. From remembering it, does it seem like you would connect it all to the mayhem folks?
You can make an insight check once you're in. I'll ask you to make an insight check once you're back with Ash, so you can actually inspect the card. Right. So the two of you are walking back towards the People Square on your way to the Mighty Quill. your friends have already made it there. The Mighty Quill, if you recall, is a 2-story tavern, tons of wooden benches, both indoors and outdoors. It looks like there are tons of young people, young-looking students and adventurers congregating, drinking beer and smashing steins into one another, because the University of Zadaxi is about to start to go in session again this week. It's the end of summer. So it's quite busy, and you're surrounded by a lot of loud young people singing songs, playing guitar music. So you're standing outside the front door of the Mighty Quill. What would you like to do?
Have you guys gotten horses here before, or?
Oh, this is Siri, Yobi, and Ash.
I know
Yobi's
now.
asking that?
Yeah.
I have not. I used to travel on foot, but I know I'm pretty sure they have stuff we can rent. Maybe, hopefully, we can rent.
Yes, we've seen a few stables here, so hopefully they allow us to. Should we go inside and check, or maybe we just go straight around to the stables?
Let's go straight around to the stables first.
Alright.
Or to bypass all these students.
Yeah, so you walk around to the stables and you see actually there are quite a few animals and quite a few carts. Many you assume have brought these students from all corners of the Seven Sisters. There's some like really tricked out carts with like lightning bolts on the side and it looks like a placard on the back of one saying "No stop till Stonitsa." The horses and the mules that you see there look like they're of all sizes and shapes. There's a couple of mares, some with like a beautiful sort of gray coat. So it looks like there are quite a few animals to rent or buy, perhaps. And from the stables area, you do see the side entrance to the Mighty Quill. Also,
We see a person.
Just lots of choices.
Yeah, is there any like stable hand or anything?
Not presently. You don't see one.
Want to go in through a side door and try to find someone?
Yeah, maybe we can go inside.
Do we remember anyone here, like any of the wait staff or anything that we would have? I don't know if
You
Siri
remember
played here.
the bartender. So everyone's walking in, the three of you?
Yeah.
The three of you walk inside, and it is very loud. All the tables are kind of full. You see a couple of young-looking people kind of smiling and using mirrors to put on lipstick, and they're like drawing pictures of themselves on scrolls on the table. Everybody's drinking ale and beer, and you see kind of the heavy-set halfling behind the pub. He's got tons of earrings, tattoos of quills on his arms. He's got quite a round face, big nose ring, and a curly brown hair with a shock of white down the side. He's got like quite muscular arms. And he looks over at you, see if he recognizes you, and he says, "Oh, Siri, right?"
That's right.
I do like the hair flip thing as I walk past all the college kids.
Give me a second. I could use some adult conversation. Let me just get these drinks out.
Sure. We're actually hoping for someone to maybe rent some stable animals from.
He nods as he sets down some beer steins with these three, looks like students, kind of like smiling and chuckling. And he says, "Yeah, what kind of animal are you looking for?"
Honestly, the fastest that you have right now. We're trying to catch someone before they get themselves into some danger.
Well, I don't have the greatest sense of which one is the fastest. You know, so many of these students have come in from out of town, so I have to negotiate with them which one.
You have to negotiate with other students.
Yeah, to see if we could rent or borrow their steed.
All right. Well, maybe whoever you think has the most money or something, they probably have the best animal.
Oh, you're probably right about that. That's just how it is with these Richies.
It's very true. They usually buy their purebreds, so.
Yeah. Well, listen, let me just get these tables served, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. How about that?
Sure. Do you need me to maybe play something to maybe calm them down while you...
He looks over at them, and it seems like the new trend among all these students that have come in here is to, like, freeze while holding up a stein while one of their friends draws a picture of it. Roll.
Okay.
I feel like playing something would not help.
It's at this point, actually, that Milo and Olena arrive and see their friends kind of standing there in the middle of the pub.
Hello.
Hey, yo, what up?
We're trying to rent the fastest horses we can.
Well, spoiler alert, the orphanage is even more depressing than it was before. So.
Oh god, it
How
was
could it
really
get-
awful. They were carrying a corpse to bury of a child.
What?
Yeah, no, it was bad. I didn't really know how to react. Milo gave them a lot of money.
I thought we gave them a lot of money at the beginning. How many kids are they trying to feed?
Go.
5,000? Like, how many? That should have been more than enough if it's handled correctly, unless they're not handling the money correctly.
Thinking Kobayashi might have stolen a little bit, maybe, or maybe they're actually hoarding my wealth, in which case...
Perhaps next time we just don't give money, we actually give food. We go buy the food and we give the food.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're trying to, we'll think of solutions along the way, but
Sure.
helping
Let's
the
take
children, I try and speak louder for the young people in the room. Helping the children is a really noble cause.
So noble. So noble.
And I'm sure you can get college credits for it too.
True.
So he's just trying to like
when I
help.
was in college.
Just like
Your community service is important.
Exactly. And some of the groups on campus might require it.
Yeah.
Very true, and I'm sure your future employers will look that kind of things up.
The Shepherd's Respite really is the place to help out.
Yes.
Pop it.
They would
They could do
probably
a
put your
service
names.
learning
They'd probably
placement
put
with
your
it.
names on a little plaque outside, and you would be known to have helped.
As your group kind of shares stories about what you saw at the Shepherd's Respite, the front door of the pub bursts open, and in storms a beautiful, slender figure with curly, chocolate-colored fur, 2 long brown ears standing erect. She reels into the room with an air of complete confusion. Looking around, carrying a shield and a whip, and a form-fitting leather vest that goes to her torso. She's dusting off a priestly symbol around her neck, and the symbol is a human woman's face painted white, and the face has red lipstick on it. The face also has long, thick strands of hair framing her head in the shape of a heart. That's the religious symbol that this person's carrying. Chattering her rabbity teeth in your direction, she stomps forward without boots on the tavern floor toward you. Her dark doe eyes seem lost and in need of reassurance. And she looks directly at Ash and Siri, says, "Adventurers," and then looks directly at Ash and says, "Cleric,
Yes.
I believe we are in terrible trouble.
Well, what happened? What's up?
The women of Rovnica have become enchanted. We need help."
Oh.
This woman is what's called a Harangon. So it's a rabbit-human hybrid whose ancestry comes from the Feywild, so some magical plane of existence. This creature's face looks really young, but Ash, who's gotten a closer look, you can tell that there are lines on her face, like if she furrowed her brow, that indicates that she's been really concerned and stressed out quite drastically. But her big, kind of doe eyes are looking at you, pleading for help.
We're sort of tied up at the moment. I'm sure you can find other adventurers.
I just turn away.
Yeah.
She dusts off her vest. Looks at you, Ash, and her ears start to wilt, and then she turns around and walks out the front door.
Man, I'm sorry. I mean, you're so beautiful, but that's beside the point. But I know that you help, but we are just like, we're so busy right now, and like, I just think that if you could find other people, that would be terrific for you. Otherwise, we might have to get back to it a bit, and it sounds very urgent,
What is your name?
Scarrett.
Alright, Scarrett, and where is this place?
You want to hear my story, adventurers?
Only if you tell it in a song.
In short version, because we're busy.
She shakes her head no, and says, "A cleric wouldn't betray me." And she looks directly at Ash.
Why are you playing with my emotions like this? I have many responsibilities.
Siri's just like looking at Milo because like we're on this current mission to help Milo, so she's gonna defer to whatever he does at this point.
You know, a cleric might not, but a paladin would, and he just grabs Ash and leads her off, and he just like doesn't care about this girl at all, basically.
Wow.
So when you push her away, this woman, her ears start to wilt, and her face looks crestfallen. She's kind of like dusting off her vest and saying, I thought I could find a young fit adventurer here at the Quill, but disappointed yet again. Turns around and starts hopping towards them.
Wait, I'm kind of interested, I'll be honest now.
I am a little interested. I feel bad being an asshole too. I feel like that's out of Milo's character.
Is there anywhere we could meet you maybe when we have more time in like the next month?
Or is your town on the way to wherever the heck we're going? I forgot the name of it.
Veronica?
She looks back and says, so you do want to hear the tale.
Tell the tale, let's go.
The Mariner's Wick, it's not that far.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we've been there, right? Have we been there?
No,
I'm thinking of
I don't think you would have been there.
Mariner's what?
Mariner's Wick, W-I-C-K. Like, so, Mariner's Wick, you don't have to roll for this. Mariner's Wick is like a metaphor for a lighthouse. Like a candle wick is like shaped like a lighthouse and has a light atop it. So it's a nickname for, she says, thank you for listening to my tale. I'm a cleric, and I work at the temple of Lady Flameheart in the Rovnica. You know, the goddess of love, the bringer of romance. Couples come to me for counsel when things go awry in their relations. But in recent days, more and more women come to me to confess that they are no longer in love with their husbands and partners. That instead, they have found the perfect someone else. At first I thought, is this a blessing from Flameheart herself? And is it an omen that true love might exceed our mortal inclinations? But one by one, every woman told me the same story, that their heart was drawing them to the Mariner's Wick. Impossible, I thought. What is there but a bunch of dirty rogues and thieves, smugglers' boats, dirtying the Virlinian coast with smut and ale. I prayed to the spirits of Flameheart, and I believe that Flameheart herself told me that the blessing the women have been describing did originate from the burning flame herself. So I wonder, is someone or something dooming all these marital relationships? Has Flameheart, the goddess of love, become corrupted? And so I hopped all the way to Zadaxi, looking for a party like yours or some curious, plucky adventurers. Someone to help me investigate what is happening in the Wick. Is it you who come to answer my blessings?
You know, some women like a darker sort of man, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, honestly, I was going to actually agree with you, Yobi. Like, maybe they're just going there to find their true love. I don't see a problem with this. If it comes from your god, maybe they're finding happiness.
Yeah, you know, what if they
dying?
don't want to get involved with, like, the whole system of divorce and things like that? And...
But...
My doorbell just rang!
Yeah.
I'm coming!
Well, what would you say if the women don't return? What would you say to the families that they have abandoned? Seems not right.
Families they could be overrated sometimes. Same.
I would agree with that. Honestly, it sounds like, unless they're being forced to, and you think they're being forced to leave, it sounds like they're making are they making a decision? Are they in their right mind when they make this decision, or do you believe that they are being controlled?
I believe that they are not in their right mind, and that perhaps they are being controlled.
Are they being killed when they get there?
I don't know. That's why I'm looking for help. I need to investigate. Or hire someone to investigate.
Is it on the way? Where are we going, Milo? Where is your place? What is it called?
Stonica.
Is it on the way? Is it between Stonica? Where is it?
So, well, I'm familiar with Stonica. I sometimes go there on vacation, and it's much farther south. It's at least a day and a half to get there. Mariner's Wick, it's 2 hours north by foot, or you can take a cart. There's tons of carts here today. It's quite busy at the Quill.
Well, and I can't. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you wait a few days with this? You know, you think you can hold the fort till then?
Honestly, we just need to go down to and check on something, and then we'll be right back.
Her eyes narrow at you, Ash, and says, "Would a cleric really wait a few days after they've received a blessing?"
Yes.
Yes, I already am on another very important mission. So.
Milo's kind of actually getting a little peeved at this point. He's like, "Listen, lady, or miss, it seems like your god is assigning, this love to them, and you even said so. You meditated on it, and it seems like they're being driven by Lady Flameheart here. So why would you want to interfere with the divine will?"
She responds, "Something is wrong with Flameheart. This is not the way that she has ever behaved. And if she's taking women away from their lives to some doom, one must prevent that from occurring."
Have you heard from any of the women since they've been? This is
They have
actually
not
Elena,
returned.
but okay.
They have not
No, it's
returned.
not.
We are missing business owners. We're missing store clerks. We're missing librarians from the city of Rovnica. It's feeling much more empty.
Have
ever
you
since
heard of something called Kaif?
Her face shifts, and she nods at you, Olena.
So here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing. We're actually dealing with a situation in Molashna Swamp, where the people are getting addicted to Kaif, and we're helping this young man's sister here get home after a horrible case of addiction, a bout of addiction, and you know how horrible that can be for someone and for someone's family to have to deal with the addiction of a loved one, and that the recovery process takes a long time. So that's currently what we're dealing with, and we're here to get a card for that. But we're thinking, maybe after we deal with this dreadful case of addiction in its place, and rid the area of this horrible drug that is ruining families and ruining lives, maybe we can help you with your love problem.
Really, all we need to do is check that his sister is fine, and then we're willing to help you.
No, seriously.
But we need to
what if
catch
they're
her
related?
first.
She looks down at the floor again, and her ears hang really low, and she says, "That
I'm done
sounds
with this."
fine.
And Siri stands up and goes to go get a cart.
Go to Stonica, come back. I'll be long gone. It'll take you 4 days to come back. You were not the chosen ones. I guess no one here would carrot.
Air? I'll leave.
She starts to hop out of the pub.
Bye.
Garmo, the bartender with the quill tattoos, comes back to you, Siri. Says, "Miss Siri, do you want to check out the stock?"
Yes, please.
I already stood up and left the table because I was done. As soon as she started guilt tripping, I'm like, "We told you our situation. Your thing does not trump our thing," and so I'd already left. So yeah.
So he says, "Oh, I talked to this one student from Raksha, from one of those rich families that own warehouses out there,
Sure.
and they have a mare that they're willing to rent for a few days." Be
Just
interested.
one? I think we'll need at least two to get all of us, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. There's probably need two to pull
Do
all
you
of us
also
to get
need
there
a
quickly.
cart to go with
A
it?
cart and 2 horses that we can take that. Hopefully, we're trying to catch someone. That's why
And
I'm
are
being
you-
very short here.
Renting the saddles and feed and
We
barding
don't need
as well?
saddles. They're going to be bridled to the cart. We don't need saddles. They're just going to be bridled to the cart, and we just pull us along as quickly as possible.
Okay, so it's going to be about 80 gold per day for the whole package.
Who's the person we're renting this from? I can deal with them.
Oh, make a persuasion check, please, Siri. I hadn't thought of that, says Garmo.
I will stand behind Siri. You know how men stand? Oh, I look real buff. Yeah.
So are you helping? You're helping Siri's roll? Okay.
You want to give me a help? All right. Oh god, I haven't been rolling. I've rolled so low all day. Oh god. Okay. I've rolled low again. 13.
Garmo looks at you and says, "You could try, but some of these students don't really know how to set the prices yet. They haven't taken their economics classes.
Yes, well, it seems like you don't know how to set your prices either, because 80 is more than it would cost to just buy something. We're just renting and we're going to return it. I think you're ripping me off, actually.
Please don't rip off Renegade.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, we're just borrowing it for a day. The faster we can get it, we might not even have it for a whole day. We might just have to be able to catch them and then we can turn
cannot
it
get to Stoneysa in one day. What are you, made of magic?
We're not trying to get to Stoneysa. We're trying to catch someone on their way to Stoneysa. So if we catch them
I'll
before
put
they get
my hand on my hand axe.
And that is why we rent per day, adventurers, because we don't know whether you will come back or not.
Well, I think the best that we can do is maybe give you half now, and then we'll give you half, or the rest when we return.
Half now, half later.
No, that's the whole package.
Okay.
You want the whole package.
Mm-hmm.
The mares, the horses, the saddles, and the feed.
No need for saddles, really, but sure.
No saddles?
Yeah. Can you knock off like 5 gold?
Yeah, we'll knock off a few gold. No saddles? Okay, good luck. And he's miming like he's got a sword behind.
I'll say this to him. Can I be, how's this? Why don't we do it we'll do 60, 30 now, 30 when we return, and I'll give you free entertainment here for the next 2 days that we're in town. Free entertainment. No, I won't take any tips. Any tips I get, I give to you.
The next 2 days? So where are you going exactly? Are you going to Stoneysa?
We're trying to just catch someone's friend who's on their way to Stoneysa.
Not
sooner we
2
leave,
days here, but like 2 days in the future.
When we return, I'll give you 2 free days of work here.
He motions to get a ledger, and he says, "I'll write a contract and I'll come back." He's nodding as if he's going to go with the deal.
I just turn around and like clap at everyone. I'm like, all right, so 60, 30 now, 30 later, and I have to work here when we get back.
Okay. Here's 60.
Oh, I can do it. Don't worry.
Milo, here's your gold back that you gave us for helping to buy.
Oh no! Use it for the carriage and the horse.
Okay, here you go, Siri, because you're gonna be paid.
Later. It's all right.
Okay.
Let's just wait till he comes back with the contract. But this would be a lot easier. Can anyone? We don't know anyone that can like send a missive really quickly, right? To, like try and stop Reese's, because all we're trying to do is stop Reese's so we can talk to him, right? It's the whole point of all this. We can stop and make sure that Haley's okay.
Could you make an insight check, actually, Siri?
Okay. Finally a good roll. 21.
I'm gonna take this to you in the chat.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that rabbit lady.
She was trying to manipulate us?
Yeah.
But also, if women are going missing, like that is worrying.
That is weird.
But I feel like, we're just a group of adventurers. We can't solve everyone's problems, and we already have so much on our plate. We got, between the Kaif and, making sure Haley's all right, which I'm eternally grateful for y'all making sure, coming along with me. I don't think we can solve everyone's problems, and
Yes.
I don't think a person of the cloth should be talking to another like that, where they're demeaning them. And, Ash, I just feel darn right awful for you, and I hope you didn't take it personally.
I didn't even want to beat up the cloth, it just happened. But that makes sense. I thank you for validating that we're not terrible people. She's a terrible person for saying that we're terrible people.
Yes,
and
and
we can't help her.
Yeah, we can always go there after we deal with this, right? Maybe, do you think it's a good idea? We can get this contract. Do you think that Reese's, do you think that he would stop over at the Little Head before continuing on? Or would he just go straight to home?
That's a good idea. We should check. Do you want me to wait for the contract and you head over to the Little Head and we meet you over there?
Sure, we can do that if you want to. I mean, I can probably ask Isabella. She'll be very upfront on if he's been there or not.
Oh yeah, sure. We can handle this contract. And
all right.
I'll go with you.
Can you just make sure, this is one thing on my rider, I just make sure on the rider it says that no one can be within 15 feet of me?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we'll get all your accommodations taken care of.
And that when it specifies, can you just make sure you add a line that it specifies that the entertainment, please be very specific, entertainment is singing and playing the instrument that I carry with me.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yep.
We'll take care
No
of it.
other types of entertainment. Thank you.
Luckily, you're leaving this in the hands of business folk, so we got
Thank you so much.
You're smart.
All right, let's go check in with Isabella.
Let's go.
So Ash and Siri are going to check in with Isabella.
You know what? I'll just send Yobi with them. So that it's the same group as before.
But I sure didn't like that rabbit. Oof.
I don't know how to feel.
Do you want a whiskey? Would that help?
Yeah.
I'll buy you a whiskey.
I'll buy you one. You just told us that you spent a lot of money. I'll buy you one.
That's the silver.
Are you not together right now?
Oh yeah, we're not together, but you're gone.
Yeah. I
I'm
think
just
Ash
talking to
actually
myself.
left with
Thanks,
Siri.
Milo, for buying me a whiskey.
Let's get a whiskey.
So Milo and Elena have started drinking, and they have sealed the deal and made the exchange. So
He made sure to specify everything in Siri's contract as well.
yeah, Garmo. You can read common, I guess, right, Elena?
Yes.
So you look over the
I
contract.
hope so. Yeah, I speak Common, Draconic, and Elf.
It looks legit. And then he leads you to the back and points out the two mares. And he says, the one on the left, her name is Cord. The one on the right, her name is Integra. Treat them with care. Here's the feed. And big bag of hay and horse feed.
Thank you. We'll be back relatively soon. I think within the week.
Within the week? You should definitely get here by Samstag because the Jokoff is this weekend.
That's true. That's good impetus to come back to. So thank you for that. And we'll see you then. And Siri will perform some music. Hopefully, give you some extra coin. And
I'll be here. Hey, if your bard friend is good, maybe we could hire her. We're always looking for entertainment, especially on special nights like the Jokoff.
Good to know. She is good. I can tell you that much.
Well, she's not
good at jokes.
She's the best.
Is she a stand-up comic ever? Does she jest?
Well, I can tell you that she's bullied a couple people to death in her time, but
That's true, actually. It's very intimidating, so that's funny at least.
Insult humor. Well, we accept all types at the Jokoff, so your friend is welcome to apply.
Well, I'm sure she'll sweep the floor.
Garmo heads back inside.
Have a good one, dude.
Just to be clear, what did the contract say? Is it like half before, half upon return? And then the clause with like the me performing for the extra 2 days?
And it was 60 gold for the
60 gold
everything.
payment, so we gave 30. Okay, great. I'm just gonna remove 30 from my thing.
Ash, Siri, and Yobi have made their way towards the little head, and they kind of trot down the secret passage from Five Well Square and step into the place. It's not so busy because it's early afternoon, but when you walk in, you meet Siri, you meet Grant again, one of the hosts at the head, and he walks over to you and says, "Back so soon?"
Oh, hopefully just for a quickie. We're just hoping to possibly find Reese's, and maybe a woman that was with him.
Oh.
Remember the one that came to find us? Yeah.
Yeah, they're here. You're gonna need to leave all your gear. And he points
Of course,
at
of
the
course, of course.
lockers.
Yes, of course. Who's fastest? Does someone want to run back and get them?
Yobi's taking all the shit off. Here he goes.
No. Okay. Okay.
I think
Can
the
you go back
natural
there?
step is we're taking the cart towards the inn. So I
Yeah.
think we'll get there eventually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, take all our shit off.
Mhm.
And be like,
Okay. Grant, where are they?
Oh, if you follow me, they're in one of the main rooms on the main floor. It's
Okay,
this way.
great.
And he leads you around the corner, over the nice red carpeted rugs, and points at the door that's very close to the bar. And he says, "Like me to knock, or do you want the honors, Siri?"
Oh, you can knock. I'll stand behind you.
and I'll like wave at Isabel as we walk past.
As you walk past, Isabella, your friend, is deep in conversation with the same rabbit lady that you ran into earlier today. You can see that the rabbit lady has acknowledged you and continues her conversation with Isabella.
I don't look. I like avert my eyes, and I just like. I wait to Isabella too, and like, and then I like look away. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be with Yobi and Siri then, right?
Oh yeah, I'm with Siri.
Oh, so Grant says, "Well, the door's all yours," and he walks away from you, Siri.
I asked for him to knock, but okay. I'll do
Oh,
it.
you do?
I
I'm
will
sorry.
knock for you, don't worry. You'll be next.
Okay.
You want Grant to knock for you.
I did. I was like, can you knock and I'll stand behind you?
You hear a light tapping on the door, and Grant says, Grant, from the head, your friends are here. And you hear a disturbing moan coming from inside, and a male voice saying, we need more water.
I'm like, Grant, open the door. Open the door right now. Right now. Open the door. Grant, open the door.
Grant opens the door. He unlocks it with his key. And there you see Rishi and Haley. Haley is bent over, puking into a bucket on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And Rishi's kind of like holding her hair back and saying to Grant, you get us some more water, she's making a mess.
I like, yeah, go. And then I'll go and
Grant gets out of your way.
help hold her hair back.
Rishi looks at you and says, oh, you're here, you caught up.
Why did you run?
Why did you leave?
Why
do you
did
think
you
that's
leave?
the right thing to do? Hello, we've been worried sick.
The
We weren't
Goldfoot
sure you're gonna
said,
make it through the forest.
the Goldfoot family said, as soon as I find Haley, return.
I slap him across the face.
You could have come with us and we could have protected you, asshole.
Yes,
Oh.
we're strong.
Oh, that's Yobi.
I slap
He
him
says-
across the face, and
He
I'm
says,
like,
he shakes it off and says, family orders.
family. Oh, Milo is a Goldfoot. He deserved to know that you were leaving.
He's the
You know
one
how
How
who-
dare you take his sister from him?
I'm
I'm
sweating.
so worried.
At the same time, I'm like petting her back. I'm like yelling over her shoulder, and like, it's okay.
Could you make an insight check, Siri?
10 plus 14.
Take this to you in the chat.
Oh, what does she do when she picks that up? Okay, she slaps him again, and she goes, I don't give a. Was swearing? It'd be the same swears. I'm trying to think if there'd be different
Rat's
swears.
ass.
Right? I don't give a flying fuck what the Goldfoots would think of. You understand? I care what Milo thinks. And you took his sister away from him without telling us. We would have escorted
shakes
you
off.
back. We would have escorted you back quickly. And you didn't give us that opportunity.
He shakes off the slap and says, and I responded to what the Gold family know, which Milo isn't even doing.
We were going to escort you in the morning.
You fell asleep.
It was nighttime.
We
You
just
could have
battled
woken
a
us
witch.
up.
A witch, bitch.
This is your fault, your miscommunication, not ours. All you had to do was talk to us. Of
We've
course you
gotten
don't know
here
how to do
safely and
that.
quickly.
And I'm like, and how are you feeling,
He's-
dear? It's okay. Just
he-
let it out.
He kind of like bends his head over and says, isn't Haley's well-being, shouldn't Haley's well-being
Does she
be the
look
top
well
of your
to
concern?
you?
I just like look at Yobi and Ash. I'm like, take him away.
I escort him out. I grab
He
his arm and
refuses to leave. You're going to have to grapple him or make a strength check or something.
I'm gonna make a strength check.
I will Yobi will aid you.
Thank you.
Yobi is very strong.
I'm also gonna
Yes?
call for Grant and be
Oh,
like,
God.
Grant, we need security here.
Security.
We have a problem.
Security. Straight. I help action, so I get advantage.
Yeah, and this would be athletics.
Cool. That is great. That's a 12. I have a -1.
So Ash, you're standing right next to Rishi, and you're kind of like grappling him, preventing him from moving.
I'm trying to like grab his arms and pull him out of the room.
So you grab his arms and you try to pull him out of the room, and he's like fighting you, while at the same time reaching one hand into his jacket. And
that.
as you pull him, Ash, you do actually manage to get him to move forward 5 feet. Hold
That's
on.
strong. I love that for me. 8 strength. Wow.
And
Is that a
he,
minus?
and in that quick movement, he drops his blade on the ground.
You drew a blade at me?
You shook it out of his coat.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought
He
he
didn't
was
throw
trying
it
to
at you.
stab me. Okay. That's very different.
Grant is responding to Siri, and he says, "I'll get my blade," and he kind of like disappears for a moment. There's all kinds of commotion going on now from others, like kind of just watching, like what's going on over there. Yobi, are you doing anything else or anything different?
Yobi was also trying to pull him out.
Okay, so that was the help action. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Siri. So now, Siri, Rishi, you're standing right next to Rishi. Are you doing anything different?
No, I think they would have it handled, and so I'm just taking care of Haley now. I'm just trying to make sure she's okay. Mm-hmm. And then when Grant or everybody else comes, I'll just be like, just take him outside for a little bit. I can't handle his idiocy right now.
Mm-hmm. Ash, when you pull him, Rishi responds by withdrawing and saying, "You vagrants, unhand me! I'm here at the behest of the Goldfoot family."
You're not doing
part of this do you not understand?
Asshole.
I don't care. Is the thing. I understand. I just don't care.
I'm gonna turn him into a plant.
With the potion?
Yeah, the potion on him.
Are you using the potion, Yobi?
I'm gonna look at Ash.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at Siri.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use the potion on him.
Just a little bit. He'll be fine. Yeah.
It's not that long. We just need him. He's being so irritating.
He continues to protest at you, Ash, by saying, "Unhand me, you vagrants! You do not understand the power of the Goldfoot family. They will track me down if I do not follow each and every instruction." But as he's saying this, his ears start to turn into like buds, and his arms turn into leaves, and he slowly but surely shrinks into the form of like a soul lily sitting in a flower pot with soil.
I like this Reese's better.
He's now on the floor.
Can you put him in a windowsill, Grant? Get him some sunlight.
I will. Yobi will also go and move him onto the windowsill. Like,
Grant
sorry,
comes back.
I just don't like him calling my friends vagrants. I'm the
Grant
vagrant.
goes back.
You're a real one, Yobi.
Carrying a sword, and he's like, where did he
worry
go?
about it. We handled it.
Hey, put this plant in the windowsill, please.
Maybe in a locked room.
A locked room windowsill.
There's no windows in any locked rooms. It's a little head.
We're underground. There's no windows.
Yeah.
He's fine.
It's fine. Whatever.
I can take this plant home with me, though. Since when did we have... He's kind of puzzled. Since when did we put a plant in this room?
Yeah.
What do we do now? I just turned a man into a plant.
I think we just... I'm sorry. He was just being intolerable.
Yeah, it was really fucking annoying.
It's one of those royalty kind of ways of thinking, not really thinking about the individual person, but how it looks to the world. It's just not what Haley needs and not what Milo needs. Haley, how are you doing? Is there anything we can do to help you? How are you feeling? What's going on?
She's continuing to retch and throw up, and she's shaking. And she looks up.
It's okay. Just get it out. Just get it out. It's okay.
She looks up. She's like rocking back and forth like a child. Mm-hmm. She looks up at you, Siri. Her face is also drenched in sweat. It looks like she's been crying lately. Her eyes are also red, and she says, "Oh, I don't know. I just feel cold."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like continuing to like retch.
You're just getting it out of your system. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. It's like eating a bad potato, It's going to be fine.
I grab a blanket and wrap it around her from the bed.
Mm-hmm. I can once a day cast Lesser Restoration through my celestial powers. Can I do that? And will it be, I don't even know if it'll be helpful, but anything just to, I know it won't like cure it, but just to ease the current like withdrawal, just sort of ease her pain a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and narrate how that's going to happen.
I just I think everyone else watching, like my eye just kind of glow a little, like silver yellowish glow, and then like my hand patting her back is just like kind of pulsating a little bit of like celestial radiant light, and I'm just trying to comfort her like very soft words, like it's gonna be okay. You're doing this. You remember how it felt. You don't like how you felt when you were on it. You're doing a great job. It's gonna take a little while, but it's gonna be okay. You're doing a great job. Just kind of to reassure her that this is the right thing to do, kind of thing.
You can see from the look on her face here that she is comforted and reassured. But even though some of the physical pain is starting to leave her body, you catch this magic in her direction. You can also see her face kind of contort, like she is extremely ashamed and embarrassed by her behavior. She's just apologizing. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at her like,
you don't have to look at me. You don't have to apologize. There's nothing to apologize to. It is not your fault. It is not your fault.
I'm bringing down my family's name.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I am.
You're doing a great job. You're
So
doing a
nobody
great
has
job.
to know about this if you don't want us
Yes.
to tell them.
Only we know, and we have no friends other than the people right here, honestly.
Rishi,
Rishi's
what about
kind of a
Rishi?
shit.
What-
Rishi's a bloody idiot, honestly.
He was protecting me.
No, Rishi was being a dick.
What
Look,
about
the plan.
McGonagall?
Who?
He passed
Oh,
away.
the wizard. Look, Haley, you're going to be fine, okay? Trust
She's
me,
sniffling.
it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Your family is, you are the shining star of your family, as you always have been. Everyone goes through difficult times, and it's going to be okay. It's okay. You're going to be stronger for it. Trust me. Look, the strongest fishing hooks are only made stronger when they're first broken and then tied back together. Okay? It's
I don't know
okay.
anything about fishing.
It's a technique because the curve is like the weakest part, and so a lot of indigenous
Reinforce it.
a lot of indigenous cultures, native Hawaiian culture, they break the hook and then they lash it back together in the center to get rid of that weakness.
Like, it's all right. This was your breaking point, and now you're going to put yourself back together, and you're going to be stronger for it.
She's continuing to kind of rock back and forth, and she looks extremely embarrassed. She said, "Okay, I'll just stay here. I mean, I'll wait till Rishi comes back, and then we'll go to Stony Stone when I feel better. It's not going to be today."
No, this is a great place for you to just kind of feel better. Isabella, my friend, I don't know if you've met her yet. She's a wonderful person. She will give you anything you need to get better quickly. And she'll be discreet. Very discreet.
We'll send
here.
a message to your family so
Yes.
that they don't worry any further about you. So they know that you're all set.
We'll let them
alive.
know-
Well,
Yes.
Siri, could you make another insight check?
Oh man, come on, don't fail me.
are we there?
Is
yet?
Milo there yet?
Not yet.
Oh, that was bad. 10.
You see a look of something come across her face, like she's thinking something, but then you can see her face contorts again, and that thought has.
I think we just sit there comforting until the other ones show up.
Mm-hmm. It's at this moment, Ash and Yobi, you turn around and you notice Isabella and Scarrett, the rabbit lady, have given each other a hug, and Scarrett is starting to depart from the pub. Milo and Elena have arrived.
Whoa, it's me, Elena.
My word, I don't know how he drafted up a contract that long for us to review in that short amount of
I
time.
know, he's very expedient with it. But, these practice business people, they must be.
Yeah, I mean, we made sure you're taken care of. Holy crap, that's Haley. And then
That's
I just
Haley.
walk into the room.
So, funny story. Wait. My hair, oh God, I can't do that. So, funny story. I turned your brother-in-law into a plant.
What the heck would you do that for, Yobi?
He was being an asshole.
You're being an asshole, and I'm taking this off because I really can't see anything. Why do I have so much freaking hair?
I believe your brother-in-law is more concerned with maintaining your family name than taking care of Haley.
Where is he now?
Point at the plant. Everyone
He's
points
sitting
at the
on the
plant.
bar next to Grant in the form of a lily in a flower pot.
And Milo just looks at Grant. Do me a favor and make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Grant nods and says, and he's pointing at it like, "Come on, maybe
It's
it's
a
a plant.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere."
Yeah, how long the potion lasted initially. And then
An
turns
hour?
back to Haley. He's like, Haley, how are you feeling? You don't look too good right now.
As soon as you walk into the room, Haley is so embarrassed by your appearance. Milo, she takes a few steps back, and she's like, "Oh, brother, don't look at me like this."
Haley, there's worse things I've seen in my life, and I'm sure there'll be much worse that I see. And I want you to know there's nothing you could do that would ever make me disappointed in you, or, there's nothing you can do that would tarnish our name. And especially not something as minor as, doing a drug and trying to feel better. I mean, there's better ways out there to feel better, but what you did, it's only human, or it's only natural, and I just want you to be okay, and I want you to be safe and happy.
She looks slightly bemused by all of this attention, and she can feel this rush coming ahead, and she leans forward and throws up again.
I'll hold her hair back this time.
throws up again into the bucket and says, "It's like, no, brother, I didn't want you to see me like this."
No, I know you didn't. And I know you don't ever want to feel like this again, and I hope you don't ever go crawling back to that stuff.
Listen, do something about the kaif in this city or the province. Just do something about it.
I intend to. And I think our first thing is making sure you're okay. And
Rishi bought the room, so I can stay here as long as I need to. I don't have to go back home until I'm feeling like I can show my face again.
Haley, you don't have to go back home. What do you want to do? What is it you want to do?
What do you mean?
Siri's gonna start grabbing Yobi to leave the room at this point and be like, okay, I think the siblings can talk this out a little bit.
Okay.
There's more to life than the Goldfoot Vineyard, and I found that out. And
Elena's going to stay in the room because she relates quite heavily.
These people have helped me in more ways than I could ever imagine, and I just met them not too long ago. And there's more to life than just, the wine and making our family name better. And I think that you can help in this city. I just want to make sure you're happy doing whatever it is that you wind up doing.
I don't know, brother. The only use I found for myself in the family business was to be one of the chemists. I really like making formulas and mixing things.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a use for that here. You don't need to necessarily go back home to do that. I mean, I know a place that could really use a chemist maybe, and especially if you know your way around the bottles and how to make a good elixir, and there's some sick kids that could really use your help here.
Her eyes perk up a little bit, Milo. Kids need help and they could look up to me?
Oh yeah, of course they'd look up to you. You're an incredible person, Haley, and this doesn't change it. Doing drugs doesn't change it. You're still you.
She looks down at the floor and says while crying, "No one's ever said that to me."
I know, Haley. I know.
Now Elena will leave the room. she was going to tell a story, but then she felt awkward, so she left.
Okay.
Our dad wasn't the best to us, especially after what happened to Mom, but there's more to life than making Dad happy, and there's ways to spread joy around this city and spread love around this city, and I think you're a perfect person for it, Haley. I don't think you necessarily need to go back to Stonica, and if that's what you wish, then I can make sure it's so.
She looks up to you with her big halfling eyes. They're crying, and she says, "Brother, you're braver than I am. You left and made a life, but what if I want to make the family proud and myself proud? Then what would I do?"
Damn it, I should have stayed in the room.
Well, there's more to life than making the family name better. I mean, the Goldfoots will always be in the history books as, our wine's pretty dang good and we'll get you pretty snockered, but there is someone that I think you could talk to. I think one of my companions has a pretty dang good story, and she could relate heavily to you.
I conveniently at this time come back into the room with a glass of water.
Oh, brother, this is too much for one day. I was in Mlashtina this morning, and now I'm in Zadaxi, and I don't know what to think of all this.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. I just know that, one, you're safe now, and that makes me happy, and two, your future is whatever you want to make it. And you can make it better, or you can keep doing the kaif and make it worse and feel like you're feeling now. And I hope, for one, that you make it better.
She starts to stretch her arms, and she yawns. And says, and it seems like she's about to start to nod off. She says to you, "Milo, just do something about the kaif. Get rid of it. Destroy it. It destroyed me, and nothing would make me happier than to see an end to it." And she kind of clunks over and falls asleep on the bed, and starts snoring pretty loudly. It seems like she's really exhausted and out of it at this point.
Milo just kind of rights her in the bed and tucks her in well and walks out the room and just starts crying.
I'll put the water on the bedside table and walk out after you and just sort of pat you on the head.
I give you another pat on the back, and I'd be like, "Let's get some whiskeys." I start crying too when I see I see tears go down. I'm like, oh my god. Let's get some whiskeys. Bartender.
Siri's currently pouring the well alcohol into the pot in the hopes that he gets super sick when he turns back into a human or a halfling.
I think it lasts an hour.
Drunk.
Did we figure that out? 10 minutes?
I'm not sure.
I don't think it was that long. Maybe like
It wasn't that long. I'm tracking.
Mhm.
So what the heck happened with Rishi? Why'd you guys turn him into a plant?
It seems.
I was kind of just annoyed with him and wanted him to stop talking, I'll be honest.
You know, I can relate heavily to that sentiment. He is what he is, I think.
I may have responded very quickly. He reminded me of some certain people in my past as well who maybe cared more about a family name than they did about the individuals who actually lived in the family.
Yeah, well, I don't know why he's getting himself involved in Goldfoot matters. I know he's part of the family, but it's not his place to push you guys aside from helping out.
I guess we don't need this cart anymore.
Damn it.
You can go return it later. It's all right.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe we send a messenger to let your family know she's at least all right.
Yeah.
That gets Rishi's tail out of it, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm planning on sending a note, or I don't know what her next step is. I hope she stays. I don't want her to go back. I don't think her place is there, to be honest with you. I think, she's always been kind of the black sheep of the family after what happened. And, I never really saw her as that, but I really hope, I hope she can make something of herself. And I really think this is the place to do it.
Well, I'd be glad to talk to Isabella to make sure that she is cared for as best as possible until she's better. Isabella, they'll keep an eye out for her here until she's ready to make that decision with a clearer head.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. I'll go.
I would just kind of is tearing up a little bit again, and then he just hugs Siri. Okay.
Oh, it's all right.
Just pats your head.
It's all right. I'm glad that we could find her before, anything bad happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
I'll hand the bottle of well alcohol to Milo instead and be like,
here, I'm going to go talk to Isabella.
I'll just walk off.
I'm gonna order some more alcohol, and I'm just gonna be like talking to Milo and like consoling him, like I'm sorry this is so hard, and we'll do our best to help you in any way we can, because you're a solid person, you seem like a really, really nice guy, and I just want the best. I want you to be happy, and here's have some drinks. Here you go.
Oh, geez. Thank you so much, Ash, and you mean the world to me. You guys really do. I tell you what. He starts crying again.
I start crying.
Elena walks away.
Yeah, Ram also walks away.
Yeah. Elena and Yobi. Well, Elena's gonna go sit outside of the door to the room.
Okay.
Not like on watch, but she's just gonna sit there.
Okay.
So if she hears coughing or anything, and then Yobi will follow behind Siri, just to talk to Isabella.
So Yobi and Siri have walked up to Isabella. Isabella rushes over to give Siri a hug. She's
It's
kind
so
of
good to see you.
good to see you too, sugar.
You wouldn't
Yep.
believe the muck that I've been in this past few days.
I believe it. Y'all brought the drama today. Who were those?
Ah.
What were you doing over there in that room?
Well, the poor girl, actually, I'm hoping for maybe your help with something. The poor girl is a bit of withdrawal at the moment. Do you know what kaif is? Have you seen it here yet with the little head?
She puts her finger to her lips and nods ever so slightly.
Quite a doozy, that one. I wouldn't quite recommend giving it out to any patrons here.
I would never.
Rolled an insight check, Yobi.
Okay.
That is -1 insight. Jeez. 16.
I'm gonna type this to you in the chat.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that she was under the control of some of it and sort of did a few things that she's not very proud of, and now she's trying to get rid of it and get it out of her system, but I think she's going to be tempted the next few days, and I'm just hoping that maybe I don't trust that one. I point to the potted plant. I'm like, I don't trust that one to watch her, and I thought maybe if you could just keep an extra eye on her, just to help her get through the worst of it until she can get out of here clear-headed. Maybe make a few decisions on her own and not what her family wants, you know?
She kind of rests her hands on your leg and says, by all means, I'll make sure that happens.
You said Yobi. You said you're not the one who would go around selling things like kite. You know someone here who does?
I could tell you more, but not here.
Okay. That is, at least, puts my mind at ease that you are at least trustworthy. Are you able to...
It's a good thing.
Yeah. Perhaps meet us outside or we have to return that cart.
Siri will say loudly, or we could maybe, if you want to, we could rent a room with you tonight, Isabella. And she'll say it that very, a little louder to be No, but you know what I mean? She's trying to be or we could rent, do you want to room with us tonight?
Is that because we're going to strum the banjo together?
A banjo?
Something.
No,
I think you have a few new songs to teach me, and I have a few new ones to teach you.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be included in this.
Siri looks at Yobi and is like, you need to play it a little cooler, hun.
Oh, sorry. I also play the banjo.
She looks at Yobi and says, Sugar, I don't think you have enough experience to play here.
First of all, you're probably right. He's a modest man. He was born in the darkness.
I think maybe when she has a clearer head, that one, the one that's sitting in front of Grant right now that's currently a plant, I think he might force her to go back, but if you could maybe just step in, or maybe Grant step in and make sure that she makes the final decision for herself and not does what he wants and does what she wants. We may not be in town. There's a couple of things. Actually, I saw you talking to that little bunny person. She was very rude.
Yeah, what was about that?
She smiles and said, but cute, though.
Oh. Honestly, I don't do the guilt trippy thing, so, it's not cute anymore to me. It's one of those, malicious, oh, I'm cute, listen to me.
Oh, no, but Siri...
I know how this sounds coming from Siri, trust me.
Siri, you don't understand, there have been some women disappearing from Zadash and from Paranch and from Rovnica lately. If they're all going in the same direction, maybe you could help.
Well, I'm sure we'd be willing to. I wish you'd just not been such a jerk about it.
She's a jackrabbit after all.
And so that makes them jerks? That's racist, hon. We know they're not all of them.
She looks down at the floor and said, "Oh, I'm just I need to go back to work."
Okay, we'll see you tonight, though, right?
I can't wait to strum the banjo with you.
So she goes back to work.
Okay.
And it's at this point, actually, Ash and Olena see that Rishi has returned to the shape of a Rishi, longer the shape of a plant. He pops out on top, he's now sitting on top of the bar. He's kind of looking around, dusting himself off, and he says...
Is he drunk? Is he drunk because Siri was pouring alcohol?
He says to you, Ash, I could hear everything you were saying. And he's halfway leaning, halfway almost falling off the bar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
another thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he dozes off and he falls asleep. And his body starts to almost collapse on the floor in front of him, where I guess Milo's standing at the moment.
Oh, pushes him so that he does fall off and wakes up.
So this poor drunk guy is now on the floor, passed out.
Ew. My word, how much alcohol did you give this guy? I mean, he looks pretty
snarky. For quite a while.
Okay, well, I have some words with him later. I'm sorry for whatever he said to you guys. You don't deserve that. You're all great people.
Thank you, man. I don't believe a word he says. He's like a rich man. God, and he cares about appearances, and I don't at all, really. So I don't listen to whatever he says. It doesn't affect me.
What he said simply wasn't true.
Facts.
Yes, the opinions of the rich are only important when they're being spread amongst the court. When they're said in confidant, it doesn't really give a damn. No one should really give a damn.
Shouldn't be calling my friends names, and shouldn't be ripping my sister from us after we save her. So I'm just sorry, everyone. And
Don't be sorry.
You
It's
don't
not
have
your
to
fault.
apologize, Milo.
Yeah.
What is our plan then? This is Elena.
We should send a message to Milo's family to at least let them know that Haley's safe. Maybe we can write it as Reese's to be like, oh, we're going to stay because she's very sick, and we can use words like, I don't want anyone to see her sick like this. It would be bad. And so that would be a good reason for them to stay until she's better. But maybe not say where they are, because then someone else might come to get her.
here's what I'm thinking. I think I'll write a letter to the family, and I'll send Rishi home. I don't want him anywhere near Haley anymore.
All right.
And I'm hoping that maybe they can help out here too, because I'm just still a little in shock from what we saw earlier, Elena. I thought we provided enough for them, and
Yeah, this really was. I'm kind of like Elena will walk away from the door and be like, I'm a little bit like compartmentalizing, you know, because that really was quite an awful sight. Like I feel terrible for those children, and I don't even like children. So like,
I thought we did enough. I thought that we'd at least get them through the week, but those kids were starving, and I saw it in their eyes.
yeah.
There's also, we may need to check in on that bunny person. I didn't quite like her, but it didn't mean that what was happening wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, sure. Something's definitely afoot over there. I don't know what evil is going on over there, but it isn't natural. I feel so. I'm right there with you.
Perhaps we sort out a way to get food first, and then food for the children first.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we could like give money to a food store, and then we could say give them food each week, and so that they have to we give them money for food.
And they deliver the food.
What about Malo Misto that's right next door?
Maybe. Grant, do you know anything about what is it called? The Shepherd's Play?
Shepherd's Respite.
The Shepherd's Respite?
What do you mean?
Do you know anything about it, or how it's run, or maybe
lots of orphans.
Who funds them?
Lots of orphans. They're very poor. The people who run it are very nice, but they're not known for handling money very well.
Oh, Jesus. Milo kind of gets up, looking really worried.
So you'd recommend that maybe we provide supplies and not money?
Oh, are you helping out the respite?
Trying to.
That's a really nice idea, Siri.
I think if the town did it all together, it might be, like maybe your next benefactor meeting, you all could maybe talk about just putting a little bit of the extra bread on the side for them.
I like this idea.
Literal bread, not money bread.
Right, I don't think the money is, I think we're learning that money is not the best thing to give them.
I mean, I could bring it up with the guild if you don't mind, and maybe the guild could pitch in.
Who's the guild? Do I know that? Recognize anyone?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
I'm also history checking. Oh god, I'm throwing things. It was bad. It was a 7.
I got a 14.
14. Siri would know that the most powerful guild in town is the Order of the Nib, which is the calligrapher and scribes guild.
Okay.
It's run by a man named Ernie Torlini.
Right.
But there are other guilds in town as well, but the most powerful is Order of the Nib.
That's Caden's dad, right? Okay, cool.
That would be wonderful, Grant, if you're able to maybe talk about it. It's just, it just seems like they need a bit more help, and if everyone, all hands working together make light work kind of thing.
He kind of winks at you and says, yeah, if only Ernie would pay as much attention to his son as he does some orphans, then maybe we'd actually get some work done around in Zadash.
That is true. We tried to deal with that, but it didn't work very well.
Is Caden all right?
Oh, I haven't seen him, and neither has Isabel. Isabella told me he wanted us to keep an eye on him. We haven't seen him around here, but he's not allowed down here.
Right. All right.
We should check back in at Mahomista to see if anyone has seen him there.
Yeah.
Grant, could you just, the one on the floor, the plant friend, our little leafy person, Could you just make sure he doesn't take our friend in the bedroom, our sick friend, anywhere? You're very strong. I'll like do the little like hand grabby thing on his bicep. Like, you're very strong. I trust that you would be able to keep track of our friend.
You can tell that he's like falling for this, and he's like, yeah, I was gonna pick him up anyway and take him to his room, but what do you want me to do? Lock him in?
Not to lock him. I mean, like, I think just your presence, and he'll probably listen to you. I don't think he can overpower you. You know, just show him who's boss.
I've met Rishi a few times. He would never do that to me.
Yes, I'm worried that he'll take advantage of our friend in there. So maybe just.
Oh no, I don't think he would. But I see your concern.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good sir. I don't mean to chime in here, but he's pretty set on not upsetting the family name here or upending the family name of the Goldfoots. And as a Goldfoot myself, I don't want him anywhere near my sister. You send him on the way. Here, I wrote this letter. I hand him a letter that basically just says, Haley's in Zadaxi. She's safe. She wants to do her own thing. She'll come back if she wants to on her own time. Also talk about the shepherd's respite and how they could use a little extra income, maybe some resources around, and see if there's any way that they can help there.
Yeah, Grant nods and he says, I'll pop this in the post tomorrow.
I appreciate it. And
and he starts walking over to like pick up Rishi and carry him.
Thank you, Grant.
He winks at you, Siri. You owe me 2 favors now. And he walks away.
Oh, can't wait to pay them.
You could play the banjo. Never mind.
Is that Yobi?
Yeah.
I'll look at Yobi and be like,
The banjo is with Isabella. Grant is more of a flute person.
Oh.
You gotta know which one. It's all right. I'll teach you.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like instruments too. I don't know what the heck you guys are talking about, but there's all these different drums are nice, flutes are nice, harps are great. I mean, I left falling asleep to a harp as a kid.
You would definitely be a harp, dear.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I thank you.
Siri doesn't explain.
Well, should we maybe do our own footwork? And now that we're here, we can maybe find some people who are willing to donate food and supplies. Maybe we just go straight to Tortellini. I mean, we helped Caden.
We could.
I say we go to there and we check and make sure Caden's all right, because it doesn't seem like anyone's seen him in a while, and that has me worried because the kid wasn't doing too well last time we saw him.
Yeah, and we don't want him to be miserable. We just want him to not be in trouble all the time.
Yeah, for sure. He's a 9-year-old drinking at pubs. It's not good.
Right. Yeah. Let's go return the cart first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unless we have it for the day. I don't know if we'll get money back. I think the contract was pretty set.
I think the contract was for the days, if I recall correctly. But you might have to perform still. I'm not 100% sure.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah, maybe we can get some money.
All right.
But, alrighty.
Should we go return the cart first? Or try to, I guess? Because we don't need it if we're in town, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
So we can ask some university students while we're there if they've heard of any of their classmates disappearing or anything.
Good call.
Before we leave, Milo just waddles up to Isabella and he's like, please just make sure she's safe. I don't want her leaving here until I say goodbye.
She rubs the brim of her cowboy hat and she says, you got it.
And I say, oh, you're a nice lady. And I leave.
She's like, I'm even nicer. Never mind.
Was it Isabella?
Yeah.
As we leave, I'm like, he's a harp, Isabella.
She winks at you, Siri. She knows what that means. All right. So the party gets all their gear, collects all their gear, makes their way out of the little head. They make their way all the way back to the Mighty Quill, where you picked up the horses and the cart.
Mm-hmm. So it turns out we don't need the cart.
Garmo is muttering to himself. He's slapping his forehead.
But here's the thing. All right. I'll still perform. But if you're all right with it, we were not going to pay the rest of the 30.
And
But I'll still perform. Maybe you could rent it out to someone else for the extra, now that you have it back. And it's already set up and ready to go.
I mean, technically, I think you could, just give us the other 30 gold back as well, because we didn't really use it. We were only gone for, a few hours, and I think 30 gold for renting out a car for a few hours is a little bit overkill, you know?
Make a persuasion check, please, Ash.
Oh my god.
Can I be helping with that or no?
How are you helping?
With what I'm saying, with I'm still gonna perform for you. I'll still be there. It's already set up, it's already ready to rent if you find someone else that can rent it.
I need that. Okay, that's 19.
Nice.
Thanks.
He says, because it's such a busy day and I need to attend to proper business, fine. But I can't wait to see you back here and performing, Siri.
2 nights in a row. I'll be back.
Could you make it Freitag and Samstag? Because that's when the joke off is going to kick off.
Sure, of course.
Okay.
When is that? Do I need to mark it down? Am I going to be able to remember that?
It's in 5 days.
Okay.
5 days, 6 days. Samstag is in 6 days. Freitag was the day before, so.
Okay, so return to the Mighty Quill in 5 days. Okay.
All right, thank you, dear.
He just nods at you and grabs the reins of the mare and, starts fussing about.
Milo pets the horses and leaves.
All right, where the heck are we going?
We're going to talk to the college kids?
Yeah, while they were dealing with that, Elena's going to try and talk to some of the other women in the pub about if they've seen or noticed any women going missing in Zadaxi.
So Elena saunters over to, it looks like a very studious looking young person wearing a hooded cape, and she's carrying some books with runes of all kinds. She's got chocolate dark skin, and she looks like naive and innocent and just ready to be part of the world. And she nods at you when you ask her the question and says, I don't know Zadaxi necessarily, but I have heard Rovnica. I've heard of couple of missing women there. They're just rumors, but I feel safer in a bigger city like Zadaxi.
Oh, that's very good to know. I'm glad you feel safer here. Anyone maybe know who from those areas in here that you could direct me to? From Rovnica
most of the people around look like they come from all over the Seven Sisters.
Okay.
University is starting this week, so the dormitories are open. And people like me are filling up all the beds in town. She looks really eager to please you and to talk to you, Elena.
We've noticed. Yeah, that's really exciting for you. I hope you enjoy all your classes.
I've never lived away from home before. This is... I might have a roommate. So I'm so excited.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. My friend Ash is calling me. So good luck in your first semester.
All right. She returns to drinking with her friends.
I'll return to the group and be like, no, I mean, this is definitely a well-found rumor if people are talking about it. So we might need to stop by and see what's happening. But I do think we should go to Malash now.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're pretty related. I mean, those people were looking for the ingredients of Kaif in the swamp, right? The people that we wound up just pushing that boat over to. I wonder if they ever even got out. But I think there's something fishy going on in that town for sure. And
it's not just the swamp.
Oh yeah, got a joke there. I was a little drunk at this point, and he just thinks that's the funniest thing ever. He's just like just laughing over there.
Tiny man. But let's go to the Tortellini's.
Oh yeah, let's go see you. Is it like a terrible time to go over? Like, is it midnight, close to midnight, or is it like a decent hour to go knock out someone's door?
Elena, give me a history check.
I'd love to. 5.
5? You have no idea if it's a good time or a bad time to check in on the
what time of day is it?
And you don't even know where they live.
I don't know where the Tortellinis live.
Could I do a history check?
Yes, you
What
can.
if we go to the woman who employed us early on and ask her what the tortellinis were?
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Adam
They
Cattle.
were not friends with tortellinis, right? I don't think they liked each other. But
We
she
could
was still
ask the
know.
folks in Malomisto too.
Oh, yes.
I rolled an 18 on my.
So a couple things. You would know that the Order of the Nib meets here in the Mighty Quill for their guild meetings. You do not know where the Tortellini family lives in town, but his father would have business at this pub and is known to frequent this pub.
I think they've been the Order of the Nib meets here every now and then. Let's go ask the bartender if they're planning on meeting here tonight, or if maybe we should try and catch him at the house, and if he could point us in the direction.
Is there another bartender we could talk to other than the one that we've been talking to?
Yeah, there are servers walking up and down the aisles. They all are dressed neatly with like a bow tie and a white shirt and flicked to the right hair. So it's like they're all kind of trying to be stylish and whatever. So they all look the same and they're all dressed the same. You can see that they're just walking up and down the aisles and picking up empty glasses and refilling steins.
Hey, excuse me.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What's your name?
Server number 1.
Hey, server number 1. It's nice to meet you. My name's Milo. These here are my friends. We're actually in town here for. I don't know if you know what this whole kite ordeal is, but we've been dealing with that mightily fierce over the last couple of days, and we were hoping to talk to some people. And we know that the Order of the Nib comes here every now and then and meets. Do you know if they're planning on coming here later today or?
Not today. They usually meet in 2 days.
2 days? Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit. That's a long time to wait. Do you know if you could point us in the direction of the Tortellini residence? I mean, I'm trying to.
She laughs at you and she says, "You think me, a little server, would know where the Tortellinis live? You're so funny, sir."
You know, server number 1. I don't appreciate the tone.
Oh,
Meaning your customers like this. This isn't the best service I've ever had.
I didn't mean it like that. I just think you think I'm way more aware of things than I actually am.
Well,
Maybe we go to Malomisto.
Yeah, thanks. And then you just walk off. For your trouble, and Milo flicks him a silver.
Okay. She takes it and she's very happy about that, and she resumes her business.
We should ask the sailors, Ben and Snelly and Jonathan. I can't remember their names.
Yeah, I have the names here somewhere in the old noggin.
So, off to Mama Mistos?
I guess. I feel like a lot of our adventures end up there in Zadaxi. Start waddling out.
The party passes through the central square of town, through the midday sun, and waddle their way to Malo Misto. You see a lot of the same characters that you've seen before. There's a goblin lady in the corner who's passed out drunk. There's like a puddle beneath her wooden stool. Looks like beer. And your friends, Aurora and Ephraim, are at front pub, and those sailors who were friends with Caden are in their natural seats. So it's packed early afternoon here at the Sailors Pub in Melbourne.
I feel like we're regulars here now. I'll approach the 3 folks and the 3 sailors and be like, "Hey, brothers." No, I won't. Hello.
They look over at you and wave, give their little sailor salute. Toodaloo.
Good day. Look, have you seen Caden anywhere? Has he been back ever?
The old man Ben with the gray hair walks forward and said, "You obsessed with this kid? Like, just leave him alone."
Oh, I just want to make sure he's okay.
I'm sure he's fine.
Well, we also need to talk to the Tortellini senior anyway. Do you have any idea where they live?
Oh, yeah. They live in the rich part of town, Ernie.
Yeah, true. Do you know which house, which number is there?
Can you make a persuasion check, please? He's looking very perturbed you would ask such direct questions.
11.
11. He says, why don't you go back sniffing around at the Black Arms? They'll help you there. And he in a huff, returns to his beer and kind of walks away from him.
After our friend.
Can I just put a goal down in front of him and be like, actually, I think you might be able to help us without us having to go back. We've been going back and forth quite a bit today. I'll just slide a gold coin at him.
Can you make a persuasion roll, please, Siri?
I help out if I plop down three ales onto the table.
Okay. It's a silver per drink. Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Jesus fuck. 15.
He says to you, Siri, he's waving his hand forward because he's gonna whisper something to you. It's 3 streets behind the Black Arms. Walk toward the half-full chalice. If you've walked to the Beholder Square, you've gone too far.
Any signifying marks on the house?
Yes. The shutters on the house have been, ever since he lost his wife, he was grieving, and he just never painted them again. I think he's over it, but he just never repainted them.
Did you say black? Is that what you said? Okay. Thank you, dear. And that kind of that whispery way where you blow into someone's ear and just give him a kiss right there, right next to the ear.
Elena's pissed.
Elena's pissed?
Yeah. Not really, but just damn.
Well, we know where to go. Do we want to stay and drink, Milo, or?
Oh, let's go get after it. Let's see what's happening in this town.
All right, let's go. I'm getting quite hungry.
If there's any food vendors, I'll be like...
Siri would know that the chalice is a food vendor.
So great. I'm totally stopping there. Yeah, I'm totally going to stop there first to get some food.
Never talk to a rich person on an empty stomach. It just makes you more angry.
I'll grab some food too then.
So you all follow the directions to this place called the Half-Full Chalice, which is basically a push cart. It seems like this person parks here all the time. There is a tall, white-haired female elf who is grilling different meats and slinging out mugs of mead to passersby for really cheap. She's shouting out loud, 3 coppers a satay, 3 coppers a satay.
I'll take 2. That's a good deal.
2 satays coming right up, 6 coppers.
Thank you. I'll pay the money. Appreciate.
Mug of mead for 3. Mug of mead for 3.
I'll take a mug of meat and 1 meat sticky thing, whatever it is.
That's 6 coppers, please.
Alright. So I'll just give her a silver.
I'll take chicken, and I'll buy 2 for Milo and 1 for Yobi.
I'm like your little kid at this point.
I love it.
She's picking up some freshly charcoal grilled meat satays. And the mead, those of you drinking mead, it's got this delicious looking froth right on the top, and it tastes very sweet, like a nice rich honey flavor with a little tinge of brown sugar.
This is delicious, my word. Did you make this? This is so good.
Yeah, this is my chalice.
Oh my gosh, my word. This is the greatest chicken. I don't know if we just had a long day but this might be the best meal I've had. Thank you so much.
I'm the cheapest snack in town.
And what's your name?
Mania. What's your name?
The name's Milo Goldfoot.
I'm Milo Goldfoot, and who are your friends? A party? You look like adventurers.
No, you might have heard of us. We're called the Croutons. Crou for short.
The Crou?
The Crou.
The Crou.
Yeah.
The Crou. I've never heard of you.
Oh, you will.
Shocking.
You will.
I will. What are you famous for?
Oh, we're adventurers.
Yeah, but what have you slain? What have you discovered?
You haven't heard of the Wicked Witch of the Molashna Swamp? Or perhaps the Banshee of the Woods? Or perhaps... I can't think of anything else. The greatest meal ever served in the ravioli household, the rigatoni household, the cannelloni household. Can't
so
remember
you're
which.
chefs. basically.
He used to be, but then we turned into an adventurer.
Okay, good. No one out for my business.
No, my
any-
God, you're so much better at this.
Oh, thank you. She kind of like adjusts her hair. Any way I can help you?
Oh, have you heard anything about women going missing?
She nods and says, "I have."
Any details
concerned.
about that? We're trying to figure out, yeah.
I'm very concerned because I'm a woman, and
Me
if
too.
yeah. What if
Let's
we
go.
are getting woman napped, or what if there's something bad out there?
There's always going to be something bad out there, You're strong, you are a presence in society, so I think you might be safe, but,
You are such a gift to Zadaxi, woman.
Stop. No, you.
No, you. And
Oh,
your
it's
dress
Yobi.
looks
No,
lovely.
Thank you so much. It was handmade in Storm's Eye a couple years ago. I'm looking for new ones, though. Anywhere in town that's a good place to buy some clothes? Because you are looking mighty fine today.
Well, some clothes. You can go to Quintinus shop. It's in the northeast quadrant of the city.
Good to know. Good to know for the future.
Hmm?
Get some
Yeah,
patches made for the croutons.
It's called the stitching.
Ah, smart name.
Yeah, well, yeah, because she stitches.
Yeah. And hey, have you seen young Caden Virlinia around anywhere?
Oh,
Yeah,
Ernie's son.
Yeah, we heard
He's
him
been
out and
home.
about a couple weeks ago, but he hasn't been out in a while.
He's been home all day. She points at what looks to be a 2-3 story mansion across from you with black shutters.
Is he sick?
I don't know, but he hasn't been going out as much. No idea why. I get a pretty good vantage point from putting my little pushcart here.
That's a pretty smart idea. Place it, in the center of the town. You can see all the goings on.
Right. She winks at you.
I wink back.
And she leans forward and whispers something to you, Elena, that only you can hear. Are you one of us?
I didn't think I was, but I believe I am now. If you catch my drift.
She winks and says, I'll see you at the stitching.
Can you remind me of the time? Because I forgot. I forgot to write it down. What time?
Tonight, when the crows make noise. So midnight. Come alone.
Oh my god. Okay.
And she resumes grilling her little satays.
I'll saunter back to my group and be like, I think I just got asked to be a prostitute. I don't know.
Oh.
Did someone ask us if we were one of them? Did we hear one of us from something? Or is that
Yes.
the card? Is it the
My
card?
note. My card.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay. Yes.
She said, are you one of us? And I
Maybe we
winked
should
at
have this
you.
conversation somewhere else.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's knock on the Tortellini door. We're not going to have the conversation in there, obviously, but...
But before we go, I'd like to grant everybody an additional 80 experience points for all the additional social interactions.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be the DEA of Virlinia.
That's not,
That's a good name, actually. The DEAD, the DEAL.
Heyo. That is actually not bad.
Yeah, I'm
For the
interested
deal.
to see if the Kaif and the Flameheart thing is connected. I don't think it is, but
We'll find out.
You have
And
to
what
investigate.
are we one of?
One of.
yeah, I know the one of us thing's coming back after what
Yeah.
Kobayashi was the.
Yeah, I don't know if she's trying to preposition you or if she's trying to be like,
But she said
is
come
she
alone
is
as
she
well.
but is she also like placed there to keep eyes on the operations, and so she thinks you're also like spying on things and you're one of us kind of thing.
Which we kind of are. We're trying to figure out the situation in the city. So, and someone else has already given us this card.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But we'll have to
We're
figure
the
that out.
anarchists. It's the anarchists. They're trying to uproot the guilds.
I like anarchy.
Spread the wealth. maybe the shepherd's respite can actually be good.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, these people blew through. Like what? We gave them, I think, 80 gold or something altogether.
Yeah, they're definitely not using the money for the kids. That's for sure.
That's
Yeah,
a little
Milo-
suspect, right?
Yeah, Milo, when he handed after learning that they're not too good with money, he's like, oh crap. Just like that. So there goes that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully your sister can help out, because that would be nice.
Yeah,
Cute.
yeah. I'm glad she's doing well as you can be on withdrawing from a major drug. But,
Rough.
yeah.
Yeah, that got a little serious, that scene.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. As long as everyone else had a good time role playing it, I thought it was so wholesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. that's sweet.
Yeah.
Trying to be wholesome with
I thought
that.
I thought it was necessary for character development for
I
sure.
think
Yeah,
so too.
I can see
it was
that.
good.
All right, everybody.
Was the Banshee good?
Was the Banshee good?
Like bad.
Yeah, what was her
halfway through killing?
story?
Yeah.
We don't
Maybe
know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
The story is you killed her.
Yeah, I know. We just killed her.
Yeah.
And halfway through, I felt bad about killing her because she's like, push, and I don't know what the heck
Yeah.
that was.
Stop and then escape.
Escape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Paladins kill undead things, so I was killing undead.
Yeah.
things.
Banshees typically like they're pretty creepy. They
Might have a sad backstory, but certainly now she's not good.
yeah.
Hopefully, we helped her move on.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, oh god, I didn't like that.
Well, we have a lot of places we need to go back to, so
I know.
So many.
Yeah, feel free to
Let's
use the
figure
like the channels on Discord if you want to do any more like time where we're doing this and who's gonna go where. And
See you next
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was a
Very
fun
welcome.
session, as always.